the school. And there'll be jubilation in Aliquippa tonight, just as there's jubilation down here on the court in front of our Jones and Laughlin broadcasting booth tonight here at Hammett Convention Hall in Philadelphia, where Sam Milanovic took his team through their 29th straight undefeated basketball game for the first time in the history of the school.
Every Thursday, enjoy another 70th anniversary moment aired on WBVP, WMBA, and published on the station's online feeds. The 70th anniversary moment series is presented in part by Freedom United Federal Credit Union, Rochester Manor and Villa, Beaver Valley Sheep Meadow, Hank's Frozen Custard Mexican Food, and the radio stations that changed the course of history 7 decades ago, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
Hi, I'm Pat Septak, News Director for Beaver County Radio, inviting you to tune in to Noonday, a daily full-hour news show featuring all the county, state, and national news of the day. I'll keep you updated on the weather. Plus, Matt Durzik has sports, and Diane Brocious has Out and About. Plus, we have 3 new features: One Moment in America, the Cal Thomas Commentary, and the Lou Dobbs Financial Report. It's Noonday, Monday through Friday from noon to 1, right here on Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
Sexy, I've got the looks that drives a girl wild. I've got the moves that really move.
Hey, about 6 minutes till top of the hour. Good morning. What's going on? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Frank. Yeah, I haven't been around here for a while, but it was an interesting subject you had there. But I agree with you. If you're male, you wrestle male.
Right.
And 2 people in the same weight class, male and female. The male is usually 99% of the time always going to be stronger, and strength is not only it's strength and agility. I wrestled when I was in high school.
Okay.
Strength and agility mean a lot, not only technique.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy's going to beat a girl just about every time.
No, I agree with that.
Unless she's very exceptional. Hey, did you see what Trump did yesterday?
Depends on what you're talking about. He did a lot yesterday.
He announced his candidacy.
Yes, I did. Yep.
Okay. Now, the reason this is for the people in your audience, the reason this is so significant is that usually the sitting president doesn't announce her candidacy until about a year and a half ahead of the election.
Right. Okay.
They already have their base formed, so they really don't have to do anything. They go out and they start giving their speeches. That's what Obama did.
Mm-hmm.
What he did exactly in his last year of office. Flew around, fundraisers, you name it. He can do that on the taxpayers' dime. Democrats didn't say anything, so don't say anything about Trump when this happened. So what he has done, effectively, I mean, this guy's brilliant. If you look at it, what he has effectively done is by announcing his candidacy now. Okay, he's already got his base in place. They're going to be out there signing up people to vote in these different states.
Right.
And he's going to be flying around, and he's going to be giving speeches and so on and so forth. He's going to force the Democrats to spend one hell of a lot of money that they don't have to jump into the race. Whatever candidate's going to buy for the Democratic nomination is going to have to get out there. You can't let this guy go a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're talking about a year and 3 months, a year and a half here.
Right.
That he's going to be out there selling his plans. So, like I say, it used to be that was traditional. There's nothing in the law that says he can't do this. I know Democrats are going to holler foul, but he's just outsmarting him.
Yeah.
One other thing that's going to take precedence here is when this Supreme Court decision comes down for that guy out there, that teacher, I think it was in Illinois, who brought the suit about paying union dues.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt in my mind that Neil Gorsuch is going to look at the way of the law, and you do not have a right to force someone in a public sector job because he works for the taxpayer.
Right.
He does not work for the union to force that person to pay union dues.
Mm-hmm.
And when this occurs, you're going to see it in Pennsylvania. You're going to see it all across this country where these, if a school teacher, say, whatever, in Freedom says, I don't want to pay those union dues anymore, and I'm not paying them. Well, that's the way it's going to be. So it's going to take money out of the Democrats because all this money, most of it, 99% of it, goes to Democrat reelection campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to lose one heck of a bunch of money, and it's going to be very early in the year, and it's going to affect this election coming up. Money that they don't have, especially with Trump, vying or putting his candidacy out there right now and announcing it. It changes everything. This guy is brilliant.
Right. Well, and I think he's more brilliant too. A gentleman that used to work in the Trump administration. I don't know if you saw who he named as his campaign manager.
No, yeah.
Brad Parscale, who worked previously for Trump within Trump organization, within his private business. He's a digital advisor, and that's who he's naming as his campaign manager for his reelection bid. So I think more and more, though, it's looking like, and I know they're trying to, I don't know why they're trying to maybe put a little smoke over it, but I think it's looking more and more like Joe Biden's going to be the Democratic candidate for the White House. And I think we're going to have a good race.
It all depends on who you're looking at, though. CNN, they put up 3 black women, okay? Michelle Obama, that black senator from out there in California, and what the heck's her name? Oprah Winfrey, who already said, I'm not running.
Right.
So they said if Michelle runs, she's going to be a viable candidate. Can Joe Biden beat her?
Yes.
I don't know. And then you got Bernie Sanders in the mix here. Who got what? He got shafted. And his people, the people who voted for him in the primaries, are not going to forget what the Democrats did. So you've got Trump is putting pressure on him by forcing somebody to come out of the woodwork. Now, you better start announcing your candidacy, because not, I'm going to have a year jump on you, and that is huge in politics. Believe me.
And I think
this stuff.
And that's why I think it's going to be Biden, just because he's been hinting around. I watched some interviews with him recently, and he's really hinting around that. And he's formed some guys together to explore whether he's going to run or not. So I think he's going to.
Well, he may run. Again, it's getting the nomination.
I think he'll win. I think the Democrats are smart enough to know that he has the heartstrings of America with what happened to his son Bo right now. So I think that they'll be smart enough to put him out there and let him run. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if they put Michelle.
Again, they're going to have to get on the ball now, at least early by summer.
Right.
They're going to have to announce something, because this guy, Trump, is going to run now.
Yep.
And he's going to fly around on the taxpayer's dime, which he is allowed to, by the way, because Obama did it.
Exactly.
So, as a sitting president, a year and 3 months in, he is pulling one of the most shrewdest moves I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I've studied a lot of politics, read about a lot of presidents.
Right.
But this takes the cake, because it's legal.
Yeah. So, all right, my friend. Listen, I got to run for news.
Okay, Frank.
All right. It's a pleasure talking with you. Thanks for holding on there for a couple minutes. Bye-bye. All right, 1230 WBVP, Beaver Falls, and 1460 WMBA, Ambridge. Coming up after news, Crossroads Shelter will be here.
For a private funeral service and burial at the Billy Graham Library in Charlotte on Friday. Wally Hines live at the U.S. Capitol. And now with more news, here's Rich Thomason.
President Trump calls it a big victory, referring to a judge's ruling allowing construction of a border wall to proceed. Vice President Pence addressing the national religious broadcasters in Nashville, defending the Trump administration's Israel policy.
When Vice President Pence got things rolling with his opening speech yesterday, he got a lot of applause, none louder than when he spoke of President Trump's courage in standing up for U.S. allies, including Israel.
President Donald Trump made history on December 6 when the United States of America recognized Jerusalem as the capital of the state of Israel.
Mr. Pence also called on NRB members to follow the example of religious broadcasting pioneer Billy Graham.
That's correspondent Bob Agnew in Nashville. A sharp 4.7% drop last month in the number of people signing contracts to buy houses. On Wall Street right now, stocks modestly higher. The Dow up about 15 points. The NASDAQ 14 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Let's talk about your business for a minute. Think about all the things you're doing to attract the best talent. Between the networking events and referral bonuses, you're probably spending plenty of time and money to find the right people. But what if it was your office that attracted employees? Today's workforce is mobile and active, and they want an office designed around the way they work. And Veridesk makes it easy. Veridesk standing desk solutions help you create an active workspace where employees can stand and move, so they're happier, healthier, and more productive. Our full line of active office products are constructed with commercial-grade materials and require little to no assembly, so they're easy to set up and move. Companies of any size can have a Veridesk active workspace. Ordering is simple. Shipping is free. And our 30-day guarantee means if you don't love it, we'll pick it up for free. Learn more about Veridesk Active Workspace Solutions at veridesk.com/radio. That's VARIdesk.com/radio.
An Amsterdam-based supermarket chain unveils what's billed as the world's first plastic-free shopping zone.
No cellophane wrap, no polystyrene cartons, no plastic bottles or trays. Every product in this one section of this one supermarket has been packaged without plastic. There is stuff here that looks and feels like plastic, but it's all compostable material that gives the same convenience and freshness at the same price for the customer. This Dutch supermarket expects to roll the plastic-free aisle out in all 74 of its stores by the end of the year.
That's a BBC's Jan Johnson reporting. Denmark's centre-right government wants to double the punishment for crimes like vandalism and theft that are committed in areas that have larger numbers of immigrants and higher unemployment rates. This is meant as an attempt to eliminate so-called parallel societies by the year 2030. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. West Virginia teachers will return to class tomorrow.
A strike by West Virginia public school teachers will come to an end Thursday, with Governor Jim Justice announcing he's offering teachers and school service personnel a revised 5% pay raise to end their walkout. Justice made the announcement after a meeting with union leaders for teachers in all 55 counties in the state. The teachers walked off the job last Thursday after balking at pay raises of $808 in the first year and $404 the following 2 years. Justice's chief of staff says the additional money for teacher pay is based on revised revenue estimates partly tied to the overhaul of U.S. tax laws. I'm Mike Rossian.
A pair of futuristic digital characters will be the mascots for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics and Paralympics. Organizers unveiling the winning designs at a school in Tokyo. About 6.5 million school children took part in voting for the mascots. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Beaver County's radio news source, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA. Here's Pat Septak.
And good morning. We are up 5 degrees from last hour. We're already at 60 degrees in Beaver County on this last day of the month, Wednesday, February 28, 2018. The Beaver County weather forecast calling for mostly cloudy skies today, a few showers this afternoon, and a high of 63 degrees. Traffic control will be provided for the funeral of a beloved Aliquippa priest who's being laid to rest today. Beaver County Radio News correspondent Sandy Giordano explains in this report.
Hopewell Township and Aliquippa Police will provide traffic control for the funeral of the late Very Reverend Father Stephen Stepanov from St. Elijah Church, who died Saturday. Hierarchical liturgy of pre-sanctified gifts and procession around the church will precede the burial. Tentative time for the procession to leave St. Elijah Church is 11:30 this morning. The hierarchical funeral liturgy officiated by His Grace Bishop Irene Dobrijevic of the Eastern Diocese of the Serbian Orthodox Church for the retired priest was attended by several hundred last night at the church. Father Stepanov was parish priest from February 1973 until 2014, and his official retirement was August 31st, 2015. Father Branislav Golik is the current parish priest. This is Sandy Giordano reporting for WBBP WMBA Beaver County.
The Pittsburgh School District and its teachers union have reached a tentative 3-year contract, averting a strike that was due to start this week. The agreement was reached late last night, culminating a negotiating session that lasted for about 14 hours. But details about the contract won't be released until both sides ratify the deal. A man critically injured in a Pittsburgh house fire that killed 2 other men has been charged in their deaths. Authorities say 58-year-old Vincent Smith faces counts of homicide, arson, and abuse of a corpse. The body of 71-year-old homeowner Stephen Peterson was found after the fire was extinguished Monday. The body of 54-year-old John Robert Van Dyke was found there Tuesday. Pennsylvania's new congressional district map is being implemented as planned. The state Supreme Court shut down a request by high-ranking Republicans in the State House and Senate to delay activating the new lines until after the upcoming primary election. Congressional candidates started circulating petitions to get on the May primary ballot in between the new district lines Tuesday. And 2 Pennsylvania senators are introducing legislation that will create an alert system to help find someone suspected of injuring or killing a police officer. Republican Senators John Rafferty and Randy Vlakovich say the Blue Alert system would speed up the capture of violent criminals who have already hurt or killed those meant to protect the public. The two say the Blue Alert system would activate a similar emergency alert response like the Amber Alert. The representatives say 30 states already have a Blue Alert system in place. It is coming up on 11:09, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
Here's the Beaver County forecast from 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
Mostly cloudy skies today. A few showers this afternoon, a high of 63. Tonight, cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower, overnight low of 46. And then for Thursday, more rain likely, and a high of 54. And currently it is 60 degrees in Beaver County.
Here's what's going on in your town. A look at the Community Bulletin Board on WBVP and WMBA.
And here's what's coming up at the center at the mall, at the Beaver Valley Mall. Senior Day at the Mall, March 14th. Starts at 10 a.m. Senior Day at the Mall, March 14th, 10 a.m. at the center at the mall in the Beaver Valley Mall in Monaca. For more information, please call 724-774-5654 or visit their website, which is www.centeratthemall.com. Well, that's a look at the news. Our next full report coming up at the bottom of the hour at 11:30. I'm Pat Septak for Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA News.
You're going to be getting really hungry at this point.
I am.
I'm telling you.
I am. Yeah, when I have these delayed lunches, oh man, my stomach starts to growl.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll talk to you at 11:30.
Okay.
We're going to do now, you hear a lot about homelessness in Beaver County, right?
Yes, yes.
And we hear a lot about places for women and children to go to, correct?
Sure.
But you don't hear a whole lot about somewhere for the men to go.
Yeah.
If they're homeless.
That's true.
Well,
very true.
We're going to talk about that today. Crossroads Shelter's here.
Okay.
And they're here in Beaver Falls. And a lot of people really don't know a whole lot about Crossroads. I really didn't until, do you remember Jeff O'Connor?
Yes.
Rochester Smokehouse?
Yes.
That was where I first found out about Crossroads and kind of what it was when he was in here when we were doing Notes on Entertainment.
Right.
And he was talking about how he takes dinner over there every Sunday.
I remember that.
Him and his wife.
Yeah.
So that was where I first found out about Crossroads, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So okay. And I again, it's another hidden gem in our community.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, all right, buddy, we'll talk to you 11:30.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
All right, sounds good. All right, and joining us now from Crossroads Shelter is first off is Sandy Hutchinson. She is the shelter coordinator. Thank you for coming in today. Especially on such short notice. All right, and also joining us is Delia Gilbert. She's the secretary of the board of Crossroads Shelter, correct?
Correct. Thank you for having us.
Well, my pleasure. There's a lot going on. Delia, talk in your mic, or not Delia, Sandy, talk in your mic again, because I don't, give me 1 second. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back right after this.
A bright future, new infrastructure, new roadways, and new industry are already taking shape. But what happens if these opportunities are lost? Lost because of youth substance abuse? In order to help ensure that the great things that await for Beaver County are realized by everyone, the Drug Free Community Support Program is now in its second year of serving Aliquippa with the vision of the city and school district becoming a vibrant, drug-free community where children and families are safe and healthy. For more information, call 724-847-6225. Here at Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA, we just love giving away prizes and making winners out of our listeners on a regular occurrence. If you'd like a complete list of the WBVP and WMBA prize contest rules, just visit beavercountyradio.com.
They say something is good when everybody benefits. That's exactly what happens when you become a member at Friendly Federal Credit Union. You benefit by being able to borrow, in many cases, at more favorable terms than you would be able to at a commercial institution. For instance, new car loan rates are as low as 2.75% for up to 72 months with approved credit. Your friends and neighbors benefit too by having a locally managed, thriving business to work for and borrow from as well. And finally, your community benefits too. To date, over tens of thousands of dollars have been raised and donated to the Women's Center of Beaver County, and this year's campaign continues through the end of this month. Friendly Federal Credit Union in Aliquippa and Baden, making more sense for you. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Is it possible to have even more great news to share about the Medicine Stop? It is, especially if you have Highmark or UPMC insurance. I'm David Smatko from the Medicine Stop, and I'm pleased to announce that in 2018, we are a preferred provider for all Highmark and UPMC prescription plans, including all their Medicare Part D drug plans. This means that the Medicine Stop is now your go-to destination to receive the lowest copays, with many drugs costing as low as $0. No longer must you head to chain stores for the best deal on your prescriptions. Now you can come to the locally owned pharmacy where it's always been about you and your health. And if you're a customer who had to leave my store against your choice, then I'm happy to say, welcome back to the same great service and care that you remember. For everybody else, come see what the Medicine Stop difference is about. Welcome back to the Medicine Stop, 1529 7th Avenue in Beaver Falls. At the Medicine Stop, we keep you going.
1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
All right, we're back here on Teleforum. Let's try this again. Let's see, Sandy, are you there now? Nope, she's still not there, so we got a little bit of a... So you guys might have to share mics, unfortunately. All right. Huh? Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
There we go. There's Sandy. All right. All right. So, talking about Crossroads Shelter. Crossroads is located here in Beaver Falls. And Sandy.
Yes.
You okay?
I'm fine.
You ready now?
I'm ready.
All right. Tell us a little bit about Crossroads Shelter.
Crossroads Shelter is. Let me see. We house up to 22 men.
Okay.
It gets pretty busy most of the time. We offer shelter from the storm, so to speak. Whenever they come in, we do an intake, find out where they are in their homelessness, so to speak, find out what documentations they need, because you need driver's license and birth certificates and social security cards, and sometimes these guys come with none of that. So that's the starting point. But while they're there, we offer showers. We have showers for them. We have laundry facilities. We give them all of their personal hygiene products. And every evening we have a meal donated and brought in. We don't have a kitchen that we can work out of yet, but we have volunteers that bring in hot meals every day or every evening, and it's pretty. I'm not even involved with it. We have a whole meal coordinator that deals with that alone. So that's a whole monster in itself. So just making sure that these guys have a hot meal every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and these guys, they've said so many times, this is the best I've eaten in years.
No, we do know the shelters here in Beaver Falls. I don't know if you're allowed to tell us exactly where it's at. I know with the women's shelter, they won't tell us exactly where it's at, but...
Yeah. Oh, no, I can tell you exactly where
it's at.
Okay,
where you guys at?
We are in the basement of the Christ Lutheran Church.
Okay.
It's on the corner of 4th Avenue and 11th Street. The entrance to our shelter is actually on the 11th Street side.
Okay.
No, 4th Avenue side. Sorry, 4th Avenue side.
Okay.
Sorry. It's on the 4th Avenue side. There's a ramp and there's a little sign on the door. It's a red door. There's lots of red doors, though. That's a red door, and it says Crossroads Shelter on the door. And then there's a doorbell that you got to ring. The door's always locked. Yeah, it's just right down the street.
So, Sandy, with the shelter, is it a 24-hour day shelter? Is there just certain times of the day that people are allowed to be there?
We open our doors at 7 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And we close at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
and then during the day they need to either go find employment or whatever else they need to do. In the wintertime, we have warming centers all around. The library
Right.
is a big partner with us. As long as the men, behave respectfully in there, they're allowed to stay in the library all day long. The Cornerstone is also a partner. Trails Ministry is also a partner. That they permit them to go in there during the day. Then in the summer, cooling centers, like on those very, very hot days. So.
One thing I've learned in my time of the last year or so doing this job is there is a problem of homelessness in Beaver County, and there are a lot of great groups that are working towards that homelessness, and it doesn't matter whether it's Crossroads Shelter, it doesn't matter whether it's Trails Ministry that does something different, it doesn't matter if it's a Cornerstone. You guys are all here for one thing and one thing only, and you guys all work well as a group together to solve that problem and try and solve the problem of homelessness.
Correct. The Salvation Army is also a partner as well. They have their own programs, but they're right in that circle and helping us find permanent housing for the men that come into the shelter.
In your experiences now, how long have you been at the shelter?
I have been there almost 2 years.
Okay. And what made you want to work there?
I honestly don't know. It was, I don't have a good answer for that. It
Okay.
just, something called me there, without getting all like.
Well, that's that's.
Yeah, I just felt that that's where I needed to be. That's where I could best use my abilities.
Didn't you volunteer there first?
Oh yeah, I volunteered, and I volunteered for a while, and then I was doing meals for a while, and then tragedy struck, and it really needed somebody to jump in, and I just jumped right in with everybody else, and here I am. Here I am, surprise.
Now, how many people actually either work or volunteer at the shelter?
We currently have 5 employees that work at the shelter, and then there's myself, and then we have an administrative assistant. So those are the ones that are employed, and then we have about a handful or so volunteers that come in and just help with the men. Like nobody volunteers overnight. But it's whenever we open it at 7 o'clock, it's like, we need help getting the guys situated and making sure the food's set up. And, so we have that handful of volunteers that come in and take that stress off the staff so that the staff can focus on the operational part of running the shelter.
Now, with the shelter itself, and as much as you guys do, you're always, as we talked about, always looking for volunteers, always looking for donations. You wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for, you talked about the hot meals that are delivered every day by different, whether it be a person or a business. I don't know if you know any of them off your head, but who are some of the people that help out, whether it be serving meals, whether it be getting you situated, or whether it be actually donating the meals?
Well, Tanis Fox is now our meal coordinator, and that's a volunteer position.
Okay.
Before that, it was Mrs. Grace Kantz and her husband, Pastor Frank Kantz. They just recently retired. It just changed over hands to Tanis, and so she's, like I said, it's a monster in itself. So, but without that, that's true. I mean, they work tirelessly to make sure that the meals that the men have a hot meal every day. I mean, whether it's ordering pizza or getting leftovers from a catering event, I mean, and we've had that too. And Jeff at the smokehouse, the guys are like, oh, it's Sunday.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. I mean, they're so excited because they're like, we have a lot of people there on Sundays because Jeff is bringing meals on Sunday because they love it.
That's Jeff O'Connor with Rochester Smokehouse. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Him and his wife Carol are very dedicated, as I see, to the Crossroads Shelter.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit, like the process. You said you can handle up to 22 individuals. Is the shelter full right now? Usually.
Yes.
So what happens if you get above that? Then you have to turn them away, or is there other places you can direct them towards?
There is not, actually.
That stinks.
I know. Just because of fire safety and staff safety and all of those other things, we have to shut off at 22.
Right.
So I mean, but not everybody shows up every night.
Right, I understand what you mean.
I mean, it's constant. It's almost like a revolving door.
Okay.
If I have an empty bed, I can't justify an empty bed and turn somebody away. Whether there was somebody that was registered to be in that bed or not, if they're not there, they lost it. So
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty much first come, first serve.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's just that's a really hard part of my job, and a really hard part of my staff's job is because we're the front line. We're the front line that says, sorry, we have, we're full. And the really bad part is the closest shelters are Pittsburgh and Newcastle. There's nothing else between. So it's like, that means 22 lucky candidates in Beaver County, and that's it. Anybody over 22 that we have to say, sorry, we don't have the space.
Now, obviously, I'm sure you would like to see a time where you're able to house more.
Yes. We're looking to get into a different facility so that we can actually handle more than that. We need something other than it's in the basement of a church. We need our own standing, but it's
an ongoing.
It's
struggle.
an ongoing struggle.
If you have any questions for the ladies, you're welcome to call at 724-774-1888 and 843-1888. Delia, tell us a little bit about you. You are on the board.
Yes, I am.
What makes you tick? What makes you want to be part of Crossroads?
Well, I've always had a heart for the less fortunate. Someone very dear to me is homeless, and it led me to Crossroads. I did 2 years ago, I believe. I did a drive for socks, underwear, things around Christmas time, and that's how I met Sandy. People were so generous. Like I put it out on Facebook, and my friends and family and loved ones and even strangers, we just had a ton of stuff that was donated. So I went down, and I always thought I would love to be involved in a home shelter or a soup kitchen, and that was always my dream. Well, the one day I was bringing this enormous thing, I said, today is the day I'm going to start volunteering at the shelter. And I went in, and she was like, oh, you want to start today? Good. So I did. And then after several months, they asked me if I would be interested in being on the board, and I said absolutely. So that's how I became involved. But it's homelessness and, helping people is
right. That's what makes you tick.
Yeah.
So what's your role on the board?
I'm the secretary.
Secretary, okay.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm also in charge of fundraising.
Well, obviously, I mean, realistically, besides donations, you need funds,
yes.
Especially if you want to eventually be able to increase the size of the amount of beds you have by moving to another facility.
Absolutely.
You need funds.
Yes.
So, and you do have a fundraiser we're going to talk about. We'll talk about it after the news a little bit.
Okay.
But the problem is here, as these gentlemen come in, and you said you do an intake on them, get their information, what do you think is the number one reason that most of these gentlemen are homeless?
It varies. There is no number one reason. I mean, it could go from relapsing and getting kicked out of a halfway house to just getting out of jail, or they got in a fight with their wife and
got nowhere to go.
The circumstances, it's across the board. It's amazing. When you see, like, you would go down and see, you'd be like, why is this person here? But you don't know the circumstances.
Right.
Some people, it's depression. They've lost a loved one, and they feel that they can't go on, and they just go off on their own, and it's very sad.
No, I mean, it's you just, when you see, I mean, we live in a time, and, my belief is, our country, we should be giving our money to our homeless, not giving our money to other countries. So for me to see homeless people, and know it's quite obvious. A lot of times you can tell that somebody that's homeless, it's a sad thing, and it's a huge problem. People might say, well, we don't have that problem in Beaver County, but we probably have it a lot larger than some cities do. People, when you're in a larger city and you're homeless, obviously there's a lot more things that you can do. There's a lot more programs out there to help you. Well, here, right now, for men, you guys are it.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
And if there's nothing else, then where do they turn to at that point?
Well, it's the misconception of what homelessness looks like is unbelievable. I mean, you would think if you saw a homeless man, he'd be, scruffy beard, dirty, drunk on a corner or something, but it's not that at all. It's to the point down at the shelter where I had to buy shirts for the staff and volunteers so that people that come in can identify the difference between who was the volunteer and who was the staff member, because they're not dirty,
right,
guys down. I mean, some of them, they're clean, and they're, half of the guys that are down there they actually have a job. They're working. They get up and they go to work every day. And, they're just struggling to get it to that next step, to get back into permanent housing, and then the other half is working on getting in and gaining employment. So, it's just unbelievable, because it isn't, when you visualize homelessness, you visualize that bum on the street sleeping on a bench, whatever, and
right.
It's not that at all.
Somebody living under a bridge for years and years down by the river for time on end.
Exactly, and it's not that at all. I mean, it's just pretty unbelievable. It's been, I've been there for 2 years altogether, volunteering, a little over 2 years, volunteering and everything, and it's been a very humbling experience, because it really opened my eyes to a lot. What homelessness truly is, what brought these guys to me,
mm-hmm.
to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's sometimes it makes you speechless, seriously.
Right. Well, it all goes back to like what we were talking. We were talking about the Reverend Billy Graham this morning. That's what we were talking about. Everything is a purpose, and if you don't believe there's a God, then there's something wrong with you, mm-hmm. because we all have our path, and we're all put in our particular path for a certain reason, whether it be through a rough experience or through just our love for mankind. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing that's the main thing people have to understand, and once you understand that, and you, like you guys both, you can see talking to you both have a love for what you do. You have a love for trying to help get rid of homelessness, which is a huge problem. So, all right, we're going to take a short break for news, and when we come back, we'll take a phone call that we have online if the phone call wants to hold on, and then we'll dig in a little bit more about exactly what happens once you do come into the shelter, and some of the resources you have that can help help somebody not be homeless any longer, sure. As well as talk about the event you have coming up to try and raise some funds and some other fundraisers, and also you guys got a soup kitchen, correct?
Yes, we do. Yes.
So we'll talk about all that and more after we talk with Pat. He's hanging out in the newsroom, and he's hungry, so.
Beaver County's radio news source, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA. Here's Pat Septak.
This morning, the National Weather Service says that Beaver County hasn't seen the last of winter. Beaver County Radio's Matt Durzik has details.
The last few days have been sunny in the county, but will it last? Not so, says Lee Hendricks from the Pittsburgh chapter of the National Weather Service.
So we'll have no low accumulation Thursday night. And on Friday we'll have snow and a mixture of rain in the afternoon. Little or no accumulation. So it's going to be a little bit cool. We'll get some snow in the air, but nothing much more than dusting on the ground down here.
As far as the possibility of winter weather past the beginning of springtime, Hendricks says it could happen.
Even next Tuesday, we have a chance of snow showers in the morning. I don't think we can really roll snow out through the first couple of weeks here of March, but at least this time it doesn't look any significant events for us.
For more details on this and other news of the day, stay tuned to WBVP and WMBA, and check us out online at beavercountyradio.com. This is Matt Durzik for Beaver County Radio News.
A pair of Newcastle teenagers are charged in the Sunday night double murder of two other teens. Prosecutors say 17-year-olds Caden Popovich and Donovan Miller are facing criminal homicide charges in the shooting deaths of 19-year-olds Cameron Martwinski and Justin Luca. Court records say the shooting started over a marijuana deal. Popovich and Miller are in the Lawrence County Jail being held without bond. Both will be tried as adults. The nation's top political leaders are paying tribute to the late Reverend Billy Graham at the Capitol in Washington. President Donald Trump, House Speaker Paul Ryan, and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell are expected today to remember America's pastor, who died a week earlier at the age of 99. Graham met every president back to Harry Truman and counseled most of them. Graham's funeral and burial are scheduled for Friday at his home in Charlotte, North Carolina. Students are returning to the Florida high school where 17 were killed in a shooting 2 weeks ago, but they have been told to leave their backpacks at home. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School principal Ty Thomas said in a tweet that our focus is on emotional readiness and comfort, not curriculum, so there is no need for backpacks. Dick's Sporting Goods will immediately end sales of assault-style rifles and high-capacity magazines at all of its stores and ban the sale of all guns to anyone under 21 years old. The announcement today comes 2 weeks after the school massacre in Parkland, Florida. CEO Ed Stack is calling gun violence in the U.S. an epidemic. A TV town hall on guns and school safety has triggered finger-pointing by the father of a Florida school shooting survivor and CNN. CNN insists Glenn Habb, the father of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Jr. Colton Habb, doctored emails to push a claim that the network told his son what to say at the forum. Colton Habb backed out of the February 21st event. CNN denies scripting any remarks and released an email exchange between a CNN producer and Glenn Habb that says Glenn Habb altered. Habb acknowledges omitting some words from the email but says he did not do it on purpose. A Pennsylvania-based religious group is scheduled to host a blessing ceremony for couples that will feature their AR-15 rifles. World Peace and Unification Sanctuary in Newfoundland believes the AR-15 symbolizes the rod of iron in the book of Revelation in the Bible, and it is encouraging couples to bring the weapons to a commitment ceremony this morning. The service is expected to draw hundreds of couples. The planned ceremony prompted an elementary school down the street to cancel classes for the day. President Donald Trump's former campaign chairman has pleaded not guilty to charges that he acted as an unregistered foreign agent and directed an international money laundering conspiracy. Paul Manafort entered a formal plea during a brief hearing today in Washington. Manafort had previously pleaded not guilty in the case, but prosecutors for special counsel Robert Moore brought a second indictment last week requiring him to formally enter a second. Manafort has a September 17th trial date. White House Communications Director Hope Hicks acknowledged to a House Intelligence panel that she has told white lies for President Trump, but has not lied anything pertaining to the Russia investigation. According to those present for Hicks' closed-door testimony, Hicks was interviewed for 9 hours Tuesday by the panel investigating Russia interference in the 2016 election and contact between Trump's campaign and Russia. Close to 2/3 of the faculty at Lehigh University in Pennsylvania have voted for the school's Board of Trustees to rescind President Donald Trump's honorary degree. The faculty steering committee announced the results of the electronic vote Tuesday, saying that Trump has made statements that contradict the school's values. The official tally was 296 to 50 in support of the motion. And police say a damning clue led to the arrest of a Pennsylvania man charged with stealing a pot of meatballs, red sauce smeared on his face and clothes. Authorities in Luzerne County have charged 48-year-old Lehman Glenn Robert Potter with burglary, criminal trespass, and theft by unlawful taking for allegedly swiping a pot of meatballs from a man's garage on Monday. Police say the victim reported his meatballs missing and told officers at around 2:30 p.m. Monday that he saw Potter standing in front of his house with red sauce on his face and clothes. The pot was found on the street. It's unclear if Potter washed the sauce off before he was arrested a short time later. This 11:30 newscast is being brought to you this hour by the J&J Spratt Funeral Home, New Brighton, now in their 4th generation of servicing Beaver County, where the roots go deep into your community.
Here's the Beaver County forecast from 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
Mostly cloudy skies today, a few showers this afternoon, a high of 63. Tonight, cloudy, a slight chance of a rain shower, overnight low of 46. And more rain likely on Thursday with a high of 54. Currently it is 60 degrees in Beaver County. And that is a look at the news. Our next full report coming up on noonday, beginning at 12:05. I'm Pat Septak for Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA News.
All right. Very interesting, huh?
Yes, very interesting.
It's a huge problem here locally, and a lot of people don't realize that, and it's tougher. So we're going to test another mic to see if the mic works for Sandy. Go ahead, Sandy. No, still not working. Wow. We're having some major issues here with this. I don't know.
Wow.
I think I always call them the gremlins. I think the gremlins are at us.
Yeah, they attack the newsroom too sometimes.
Yes. So, but definitely so. But all right, we'll talk to you noonday report just around the corner, 20 minutes away. And that also means it's lunchtime.
Yes, it does.
All right. Talk to you soon. All right, buddy.
Thanks, Frank.
All right. Talk to you tomorrow. All right. That's Pat Septak. I'm Frank Sparks, and we're here on a Wednesday. It is the last day of February already. Time flies, believe it or not. Let me ask you guys a question. Are the shelters, is there any particular time of year that it's more full? Like, does it seem like the homeless want to stay outside maybe in the summertime more than in the wintertime? They're just looking for some place to get warm in the winter?
This is what I've noticed over the last couple of years. I mean, from last December to this December, we've doubled.
Okay.
However, I don't know why we're still working on why the uptake in guests. But what I've noticed is that whenever it's really cold outside, that's whenever everybody's like, well, no, just spend the night here tonight.
Okay.
Whenever it's summertime, that's when we really have the uptake, because they're like, you won't freeze to death, go, and the reason why they're homeless anyway, the bridges that they burnt, they're like, you can't stay here, you won't freeze to death, you'll be fine.
Right.
So that's when they come to us. So August, we see an influx in August, in July, in the hot months, but just recently we've seen a big probably since October, we've been like through the roof.
Wow.
I mean, it's just hard to keep. Once you get one out, two more come in. It's just really it's unbelievable. I'm trying to figure out where they're all coming from.
All right, let's go right down the line. You actually have 3 phone calls waiting.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good morning. Mary Kay probably first.
Yes, it is.
There it is. Mary Kay.
Okay, I have a couple questions. Maybe some of them were answered because I just tuned in like at the tail end. How long is a man allowed to stay at the shelter?
We're working on defining those guidelines. But if you come in and you're completely unemployed, you have 90 days.
Okay.
If you come in and you are employed, then you have 60 days. And then everything else is kind of like play it by ear, because it all depends upon if you are complying. You know, we have rules, we have regulations that they have to follow. And if they're not doing what they need to be doing, and they're just coming in as a flop house, so to speak, then we cut it shorter.
Okay, another question. You answered a little bit of it, but if a man is, like you said, he's unemployed, like say he has workman's comp, or he has Social Security, or he has a disability, and he receives government support.
That falls under the income, so it's like employment, so he would have 60 days.
He would only have 60 days. Now, do they, like, I don't want to say required, but could they, like, give a stipend to you to cover, like, some of their costs?
No, we don't charge them anything to stay there. But from day one, I began the process with them, with working with the other agencies to get housing, they work with the Cornerstone. I send them up to Cornerstone. I send them, there's a new thing that the county's doing. I'm sorry. There's a new thing that the county's doing that they intake everybody. Like, I send them all up to Cornerstone, and they do what's called a coordinated entry, and then that tells them where they fall, and are they eligible for transitional housing? Are they eligible for the housing authority? Are they eligible, or should they go with private landlords? I mean, we have that whole list, and we have all the resources. It's just getting them to follow the resources.
Okay, so if they're unemployed, you also help them to secure a job?
Yes.
Okay. Now, are they allowed to own, like, their own vehicle or anything when they're in the shelter?
Most definitely. We have a couple of them that have their own vehicle, and when we found them, they were sleeping in their car.
Okay. Okay, very good.
All right.
And thank you for all the work you do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Have
All
a
right.
great day.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Mary Kay. Bye-bye. Good morning. You're on telephone.
Good morning. I have a couple of questions for her.
Sure.
When I lived in Beaver Falls, they had soup kitchens almost every day. Do they not have them? Do churches not provide them?
Yeah, we have a list of the different churches or the different agencies that have a soup kitchen. I think that there's one every single day of the week in Beaver Falls, except for, I want to say Thursday, but don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. We have a list. We have a list of the soup kitchens on a resource card that you can get up at Cornerstone or Trails. I think Trails has it as well. And so they can go and get a meal every single day. And I think one of the days it's in New Brighton. Yeah. But on Mondays, we actually have one in the church where the shelter is.
Yes, that's the one I remember.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so you said you provide them a hot meal. Well, why if these soup kitchens are available?
Well, the soup kitchen's available earlier in the day, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
So that'd be their lunch, and then you provide them dinner.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is in the evening.
Yeah, because we don't even open till 7.
And I had another question, too. Do you have an age limit on that?
You have to be 18 or older, and you could be 105. Doesn't matter.
Oh. So, say a 25-year-old that's living at home and he's not working, he's not looking for a job, and mom and dad are getting kind of tired of it, and they say, you got to go somewhere.
Yep. That's
that
a scenario,
happens?
yep.
Yeah.
That happens more than you think.
Exactly.
That's sad.
And we've had guests as young as 18, and I believe that our oldest guest was 84.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
So, and everywhere in between.
Yeah, and you said some of them do go out and job hunt through the day.
Most definitely, that they're required to do that, to go and find a job. We provide bus tickets for them to once they do find a job, we give them bus tickets to get to work until they get their first paycheck, and then they're responsible for their own transportation. But the guys that are just coming in, we provide them bus tickets so that they can get to the welfare office, and so they can get to the Social Security office, so they can get up to CareerLink, and get to the resources that aren't in Beaver Falls, because a lot of the resources that they need are right here within Beaver Falls. And so for the resources that are not, we give them a bus ticket to go and utilize those.
Oh. Okay, those are my questions, and you answered them well.
Okay,
thank you very much.
Thanks for calling. Have a great day. All right. Good morning on telephone.
Good morning.
Frank, what's up?
Well, I want to make a comment with your ladies there.
Sure.
I hear commercials all the time. Everybody's wolfing about the veterans and homeless and so on and so forth. And I've always said that, and you're proof of it, that if you starve in this United States, it's your own fault, because of you and people like you, your organizations like you. If you're starving, there's help out there. You can go to the courthouse, and there's help for veterans. There's help for everybody, and there's organizations like you. And before I would ever donate to any of those ones on the radio, because if they have enough money to put commercials on the radio, they got money. I'd never heard of your organization on the radio, and I'm just taking a wild stab in the dark, but I'm pretty sure of myself that you're honest.
Yes, we are. Yeah, I mean we're on a shoestring budget, so there is no advertising.
You're the real thing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You're not a phony.
Yeah.
And most of that stuff is, but I will say, when you hear all these commercials about they're not getting what they're supposed to get, and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, and they're the government and blah 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 blah, I do not believe none of that. I'm sorry, I just don't believe it, because there is a lot of organizations like you, and you're one of them that do the right thing, and hurrah hurrah for you. My goodness.
Thank you.
You're a better person than I am. I will put it to you that way.
Thank you.
All right, buddy.
I'm glad that there are people like you around, and like I say, if you are not getting taken care of, the only fault that lies with anyone is the person that isn't getting taken care of, because help is out there.
Exactly.
And you're proof of that.
Yeah.
All right, all right, buddy.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Franks.
Okay.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right, there's still time if you have a question for the lady. 724-774-1888, 843-1888. When we come back, we got about 10 minutes left in the show. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we were talking about money, needing money, so we're going to talk about a fundraiser you guys have coming up very soon, right after this.
Enjoy those famous 50-cent wings Wednesday from 6 to 9 at Roberts Roadside Inn in Bridgewater. Roberts is also famous for their fish fry specials on Friday and those tasty daily lunch specials at rock bottom prices. Seniors get a 10% break on their meals Monday and Thursday from 11 to 9. Come to Roberts after work, as happy hour is featured weekdays from 4 to 6. D&M DJs plays the hits on Fridays and hosts karaoke on Saturdays at Roberts Sports Patio, where you can book your grad party, reunion, or even wedding.
Talk about Roberts Roadside Inn, 'cause Beaver County rocks at Roberts Roadside Inn. Come on down to Roberts Roadside, Beaver County's rocking tonight.
Neighbors helping neighbors, locally owned. That's what Rochester Manor and Villa is all about. Rochester Manor and Villa is changing the conversation about what a senior living community is in Beaver County, providing a healthcare community on a whole new level that offers more daily choices, including new 24-hour dining options, rehabilitation accommodations, and catered living, plus a full-time in-house medical director. Rochester Manor and Villa has undergone an incredible building transformation that includes the addition of a restaurant, pub, spa, state-of-the-art therapy gym, as well as many other features designed to elevate you or your loved one's quality of life. Rochester Manor and Villa is the only skilled nursing and personal care home in Beaver County. Visit them online at rmv4me.com. That's RMV, the number 4, ME.com.
Don't stress out over finding a way to get rid of your junk. Swickly Hauling is here to help. They provide driveway-friendly dumpsters and show up at your convenience on time and at a reasonable price. Call and talk to Rory, the owner, with every phone call. House cleanouts or construction debris, they have a dumpster size to fit every need. Call 1-800-724-HAUL. They're open weekends and contractors are welcome. Mention this ad for a special discount. 1-800-724-HAUL. Servicing Beaver County for over 35 years.
Are you thinking about a master's degree or certificate to enhance your ministry and your work in the church or community? Trinity School for Ministry, a seminary in Ambridge, is here to serve you in your quest for ordination, mission work, or as a layperson. Join us on Be a Seminarian for a Day on March 15th or April 26th. Attend classes, meet students and faculty, and have lunch. For more information, visit us at www.tsm.edu/visit or call us at 1-800-874-8754.
Hey, this is Dawn Savage. Tune into Teleform every Monday through Friday from 9 to noon with my great friend and fellow New Brighton High School grad, Frank Sparks, right here on Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
All right, we're back here on Teleform. Coming up on 11:55, almost time for the Noonday Report with Pat Septak. We're visiting this morning with two great ladies from Crossroads Shelter, Sandy Hutchison and also Adelia Gilbert. And let's take a phone call before we finish up and talk about the 5K event. Good morning, you're on Teleform. Good morning, you're on.
Hi, good morning. I just wanted to ask the question.
Sure.
There's a man in our town who's a veteran, and he was just his house was repossessed, and he's in his late 60s, and he has nowhere to go. He would qualify, I guess, because he's a retired postal employee, and this guy would require being sheltered at Crossroads. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay.
My very first suggestion for him, though, is to reach out to the Cornerstone and then start.
I think he's already done that.
Okay. And then from the Cornerstone, they would send him to me and let him know that he has to stay at the shelter for a couple of days to become certified homeless. And then they can work through him. And our average stay for a veteran is only 12 days.
Wow.
Is what? I didn't hear you.
The average stay for a veteran down at the shelter is only 12 days.
12 days, but But I thought you said before that he's
misunderstanding you.
He's under the auspices of someone who's on disability or Social Security or something.
Oh yeah,
they would be considered the same as a person that was employed, and their stay would be 60 days.
Oh no! What I meant is he could stay as long as he needed to stay till he gets the program. But the way that Cornerstone works, with veterans, their turnaround is so fast that our veterans are only there for 12 days or less. It's that's the average.
You're getting them help that quickly. And they're getting back on their feet that quickly within 12 days is what she's telling you.
Exactly.
So where do they usually go when they get back on their feet that quickly?
They get them apartments, they get them housing. It's unbelievable what they do up at Cornerstone for the veterans.
Now, if you stay tuned throughout the next couple of weeks, I'm going to keep featuring different things, and we'll have different agencies coming in that'll give us more information.
What is your phone number again?
724.
Okay.
714.
Okay.
6203.
6203, and the contact person is
me, Sandy Hutchison.
Sandy Hutchison.
I'm the
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so real quick, we got about 2.5 minutes. Tell us a little bit. You got a 5K event coming up. You always need money. So tell us about the 5K event.
The 5K event will happen on April 28th, and it will be at the Brady's Run Loop. At Brady's Run, of course. Registration can be done on our website.
Okay.
It's our Facebook. And it's, what's it called, Sandy?
Spring into action.
No, I know.
Active.com.
Active.com.
Right.
The day of the event, registration will begin at 9 o'clock. The race will begin at 10 o'clock. Now, this is just going to be a fun run. You can walk, you can crawl, you can drag. You know, it's not going to be some Olympic event.
So you can check out the Facebook page, which is, what would you say it is?
It is Spring into Action for Crossroads Shelter.
Okay, Spring into Action for Crossroads Shelter. And then you can also look, you said you have a link on your actual Facebook page from Crossroads Shelter. Yeah. So just type in Crossroads Shelter of Beaver County, and it'll come up. Because if you don't, you'll get a bunch of, believe it or not, there's other Crossroads Shelters.
Right. And we're looking for sponsors for the event.
Okay.
We have different categories. You know, if someone would like to donate $500, $300, $100, anything to, you know, help us purchase the banners for the event and the T-shirts for the event and so forth.
All right. How can I get a hold of you ladies one more time real quick?
You can reach me at 724-714-6203, or you can send me an email at Sandy, SANDI, .Hutchison, HUTCHISON, at crossroadsshelter.net.
Ladies, thank you for coming in. On such short notice, too. I just called you yesterday. Yeah. She's like, well, how about tomorrow? I'm like, okay. So,
thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, and we'll have you in again. And like I said, anytime you want to come in, just give us a yell, and we'll be more than happy to help you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, have a great day, and thanks again. Coming up next is Noonday Report with Pat Septak here on Beaver County Radio. I'm Frank Sparks. I'll talk to everybody again tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's a big day. We have Ask the Commissioners. First thing in the morning, 9 a.m. tomorrow. That'll also be on Facebook Live as well. Then Notes on Local Entertainment will be at 11 o'clock. We've got Hap Wittrick coming in, playing some bluegrass tomorrow. That'll also be on Facebook Live from 11 until 12 noon. This is Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP, Beaver Falls, and 1460 WMBA Ambridge.
Abraham Lincoln in the rotunda of the U.S. Capitol. President Trump among those paying tribute.
Today we say a prayer for our country, that all across this land, the Lord will raise up men and women like Billy Graham to spread a message of love and hope to every precious child of God.
After lying in honor in the rotunda, Graham's remains will return home to Charlotte, North Carolina, where he'll be laid to rest next to his late wife Ruth on the grounds of the Billy Graham Library.
Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines reporting a suspicious piece of mail triggers a scare at a Virginia military base.
3 people were transported to a medical facility, and nearly a dozen people reported feeling ill after a suspicious piece of mail was opened at Joint Base Meyer-Henderson Hall outside of Washington, D.C. Tuesday. A spokesman says people in the office on the Marine Corps side of the base reported feeling ill and complained of sore throats as soon as the mail was opened. 11 people were initially assessed. The 3 who were transported for medical care were reported in stable condition. The Marine Corps says the Naval Criminal Investigative Service and FBI are conducting a joint investigation. Mike Gracia, Washington.
The security clearance of White House presidential son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner has reportedly been downgraded. That's according to 2 people informed of the decision. Michigan lawmakers considering legislation inspired by the Larry Nassar scandal. The package of bills would retroactively extend the amount of time child victims of sexual abuse have to sue their abusers. Currently, people who are sexually abused as children in Michigan generally have until their 19th birthdays to sue. More on these stories at townhall.com. I'm Val Dior.
Think about the time and money your business spends to attract the best talent. What if it was your office that attracted employees? Today's workforce wants an office that's as mobile and active as they are. Veridesk Standing Desk Solutions help you create an active workspace where employees are happier, healthier, and more productive. Veridesk products require little to no assembly, ship for free, and come with a 30-day risk-free guarantee. Browse all Veridesk products at veridesk.com/radio. That's VARIdesk.com/radio.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynavite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynavite.
Dynavite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Doggosuds.
Get the 3rd tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Doggosud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Doggosuds. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynavite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
British arm of Toys R Us has gone into insolvency administration, putting over 3,000 jobs now at risk.
Accountancy firm Moorfields says it's been appointed to oversee what it calls an orderly wind-down of the debt-burdened toy chain, which has 105 British stores, while trying to secure a buyer for all or part of the business. Moorfields says all stores will remain open until further notice. Toys R Us has struggled in recent years, with its big warehouse-style stores losing business to online retailers. The chain's American owner filed for bankruptcy protection in September and announced last month it would close up to 182 stores in the US. Charles de Ledesma, London.
The Russia-ordered brief humanitarian pause has taken effect for the second day in the rebel-held region near the Syrian capital. Still no civilians have used the exit corridor manned by Syrian and Russian forces to leave while ground battles were reported. Breaking news and analysis, townhall.com. Macy's had a green Christmas this season. Here's more from Keith Peters.
The department store chain broke out of its 3-year sales funk as it benefited from an improving economy and its own initiatives like an overhauled customer loyalty program. Macy's also posted sharply higher earnings for the fourth quarter, boosted by the sale of certain real estate assets. It issued an upbeat outlook. Macy's and other department stores are trying to regroup as shoppers spend more online and on items other than the clothing on which the chains are very dependent. That's forced retailers to revamp their businesses, from closing poorly performing stores to changing their product lineups to expanding their online services. Keith Peters reporting.
U.S. economic growth has been revised down slightly to a still solid 2.5% rate in the final 3 months of last year, with a jump in consumer spending not quite as strong as first thought. But again, consumer confidence does still remain high. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Beaver County's radio news source, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA. Here's Pat Septak.
And good afternoon. We are up a couple degrees from last hour. We're currently at 62 degrees in Beaver County on this Wednesday, last day of the month, February 28, 2018. Welcome to another edition of the Noonday Report. And the Beaver County weather forecast says we're going to have mostly cloudy skies today, a few showers this afternoon, and a high of 63 degrees. We're almost there now. I'll have that complete Beaver County weather forecast for you coming up right after this look at news. Topping our news this hour, the National Weather Service says that Beaver County hasn't seen the last of winter. Beaver County Radio's Matt Durzik has details in this report.
The last few days have been sunny in the county, but will it last? Not so, says Lee Hendricks from the Pittsburgh chapter of the National Weather Service.
So we'll have no low accumulation Thursday night. And on Friday we'll have snow and a mixture of rain in the afternoon. Little or no accumulation. So it's going to be a little bit cool. We'll get some snow in the air, but nothing much more than dusting on the ground in the county area.
As far as the possibility of winter weather past the beginning of springtime, Hendricks says it could happen.
Even next Tuesday, we have a chance of snow showers in the morning. I don't think we can really roll snow out through the first couple of weeks here of March, but at least this time it doesn't look any significant events for us.
For more details on this and other news of the day, stay tuned to WBVP and WMBA, and check us out online at beavercountyradio.com. This is Matt Durzik for Beaver County Radio News.
A pair of Newcastle teenagers are charged in the Sunday night double murder of 2 other teens. Prosecutors say 17-year-olds Caden Popovich and Donovan Miller are facing criminal homicide charges in the shooting deaths of 19-year-olds Cameron Martwinski and Justin Luca. Court records say the shooting started over a marijuana deal. Popovich and Miller are in the Lawrence County Jail being held without bond. Both will be tried as adults. The Pittsburgh School District and its teachers union have reached a tentative 3-year contract, averting a strike that was due to start this week. The agreement was reached late last night, culminating a negotiating session that lasted for about 14 hours, but details about the contract won't be released until both sides ratify the deal. A man critically injured in a Pittsburgh house fire that killed 2 other men has been charged in their deaths. Authorities say 58-year-old Vincent Smith faces counts of homicide, arson, and abuse of a corpse. The body of 71-year-old homeowner Stephen Peterson was found after the fire was extinguished Monday. The body of 54-year-old John Robert Van Dyke was found there Tuesday. Allegheny County health officials say 2 more people have died from flu complications. The death toll for the flu in the county is now 19 this season. Representatives say a woman in her early 80s and a man in his early 70s died within the last week. A health department spokesperson says they are seeing a downward trend in flu activity, but aren't sure if it has peaked. 2 Pennsylvania senators are introducing legislation that will create an alert system to help find someone suspected of injuring or killing a police officer. Republican Senators John Rafferty and Randy Volakovich say the Blue Alert system would speed up the capture of violent criminals who have already hurt or killed those meant to protect the public. The 2 say the Blue Alert system would activate a similar emergency alert response like the Amber Alert. The representatives say 30 states already have a Blue Alert system in place. Republican congressmen who are suing to block Pennsylvania's court-ordered U.S. House district boundaries are nonetheless circulating petitions in those new districts. Tuesday was the first day for candidates to collect signatures for the May 15th primary ballot. A spokesman for Representative Scott Perry says there's still optimism that a federal court will block districts imposed last week by the state Supreme Court in a gerrymandering case. Some congressional incumbents are asking a new group of constituents to support their bid to get on the May primary ballot in Pennsylvania. Tuesday was the first day for those vying to win a seat in D.C. to obtain the necessary signatures to end up on the ballot. Candidates have until March 20th to obtain the necessary signatures to get on the primary ballot. Close to 2/3 of the faculty at Lehigh University in Pennsylvania have voted for the school's Board of Trustees to rescind President Donald Trump's honorary degree. The Faculty Steering Committee announced the results of the electronic vote Tuesday, saying Trump has made statements that contradict the school's values. The official tally was 296 to 50 in support of the motion. Instead of visiting the White House Tuesday to celebrate their 2017 NBA championship, the Golden State Warriors decided to tour the National Museum of African American History and Culture with local Washington students instead. The Warriors' invitation to visit the White House was rescinded by President Donald Trump last fall after the team's superstar, Stephen Curry, criticized the president over his attacks on black athletes protesting during the national anthem. Trump was quick to reply, revoking the invitation on Twitter. Since Trump took office, players on other professional sports teams have declined to attend the White House to celebrate titles. Several players on the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles said they would not accept an invitation from the president. According to this week's AAA gas price report, gas prices in western Pennsylvania are steady this week at $2.85 per gallon. At $2.52, the national gas price average is the cheapest pump price seen this month. The national gas price average for the month of February is $2.56, which is 29 cents more expensive than average of February 2017. On the week, gas prices decreased 1 cent. The mayors say repealing the Clean Power Plan would put their citizens at risk. Andrea Sears explains in this report from Harrisburg.
Today in San Francisco, the EPA is holding a listening session on its proposal to repeal the Clean Power Plan, and a broad coalition of mayors has made its position clear. More than 200 mayors from around the country have signed on to an open letter opposing the EPA's proposal, representing a combined total of 51 million residents from 47 states and territories. Mayors are on the front lines of the fires, floods, drought, and severe weather brought on by climate change. According to Henry Henderson with the Natural Resources Defense Council, they can't do it all on their own.
They're calling for the federal government to set the standards whereby effective action can take place to actually make their actions on the city side that much more effective.
EPA Administrator Scott Pruitt has argued that the Clean Power Plan exceeds the agency's authority by forcing utilities to reduce carbon emissions outside their own facilities. Henderson says mayors around the country have pledged to meet or exceed the emission reduction goals of the Paris Climate Agreement, but municipalities have limited jurisdiction, so they need the Clean Power Plan to meet carbon reduction goals.
Repealing this will make it that much more difficult for the cities to respond to protect the public health and safety of their residents.
He adds that the efforts to slow climate change will be most effective if all levels of government work together to achieve that goal. Henderson points out that mayors have assumed critical leadership roles in the battle against climate change.
Part of their leadership here is calling the other levels of government to step forward and deal with the problem that's affecting the citizens of the United States.
The third and final listening session on the proposed repeal of the Clean Power Plan will take place on March 27th in Gillette, Wyoming. I'm Andrea Sears reporting.
Next, we'll check the Beaver County weather forecast. WBVP WMBA News Time is coming up on 12:14.
The biggest sale of the year on Flex Steel furniture is going on now, only at AK Nahas Furniture Galleries. Take an extra 10% off all Flex Steel furniture during their President's Day sale. The additional 10% discount applies to the lowest price on all Flex Steel orders now through February 28th. Flex Steel reclining sofas now just $9.44. Stationary sofas on sale for $8.54. And Flex Steel rocker recliners just $5.39. Wow! Looking to upgrade your mattress? Save hundreds on the best sleep systems available. Stop in today and cash in on instant savings or add an adjustment base for $6.99. 0% interest financing is available, as well as free local delivery, setup, and removal. Get your extra 10% off all Flex Steel furniture only at AK Nahas. Hurry! This offer is only good through February 28th. AK Nahas Furniture Galleries, located on Route 68 in Industry. Or visit them on the web at aknahas.com. You'll do okay with AK.
Police say a damning clue led to the arrest of a Pennsylvania man charged with stealing a pot of meatballs, red sauce smeared on his face and clothes. Authorities in Luzerne County have charged 48-year-old Lehman Glenn Robert Potter with burglary, criminal trespass, and theft by unlawful taking for allegedly swiping a pot of meatballs from a man's garage on Monday. Police say the victim reported his meatballs missing and told officers at around 2:30 p.m. Monday that he saw Potter standing in front of his house with red sauce on his face and clothes. The pot was found on the street. It's still unclear if Potter washed the sauce off before he was arrested a short time later. Today's Beaver County weather forecast is being brought to you this hour by Beaver Valley Sheet Metal.
Here's the Beaver County forecast from 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
Mostly cloudy skies today, a few showers this afternoon. We'll have a high today of 63. Tonight, cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower, overnight low 46. More rain likely on Thursday with a high of 54. Currently, we're at 62 degrees in Beaver County.
No matter what the weather is outside, keep it there. That's why you live in a house in the first place. Make sure your home stays cool in the summer and warm in the winter with Beaver Valley Sheet Metal. Visit BVSM1.com, PA 3285.
And we still have plenty to come here on the Noonday Report. We're going to be checking in with Matt Durzik in just a couple of minutes to get a complete update on sports. We also have our Noonday features on the way, including another edition of Out and About in Beaver County. Diane Brocious will have that for us a little later on this hour, along with an updated weather forecast and some entertainment news. And we also have our other features along the way, including this one moment in history. Also, we've got the Lou Dobbs financial report and the Cal Thomas commentary. All those features and more coming up here on Noonday. Right now, though, we bring you the Wednesday noon edition of the Animal Health Report.
March 6th to the 10th is National Wildlife Week. National Wildlife Week brings awareness to conservation projects that are geared toward preserving wild animal species and their habitats. You can participate by planting flowers in your yard that will support monarch butterflies, by volunteering to clean up litter from wooded areas, or by donating money to support conservation projects. So go online to see if there's a wildlife organization near you that could use your talents. I'm Dr. Nancy Franche with your Vet Report.
Hey, Dad, want to shoot some hoops?
In a bit, buddy. I promise. Allegra knows that allergy symptoms can get in the way of enjoying the moment.
I'll just play by myself.
For outdoor and indoor allergies, get Allegra. It's the fastest, non-drowsy allergy relief. It starts working in 1 hour, helping you break through your worst allergy symptoms with continuous 24-hour relief.
Yes!
Great shot, buddy. Let's play another game.
You're on, Dad.
Get Allegra and get back to the moment. Among single-ingredient, OTC-branded oral antihistamines. Use as directed.
You know, as an allergy sufferer, you're wired differently.
I sure feel that way.
That's why there's Nasacort. It's different too. You see, unlike antihistamines, Nasacort targets and inhibits more of the allergic inflammation that causes ear congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms.
My antihistamine doesn't do that?
None of them do.
Oh, that is different.
And it's why Nasacort's more effective at giving you 24-hour relief.
So even if I'm wired differently,
Nasacort stops more of what makes you miserable. Use as directed.
Hello, I'm Jerry Stewart, and this is One Moment in America. As you know, I have a great interest in history and a greater curiosity of the future. But what about today? I'll tell you that story after this important message. Hello, I'm Jerry Stewart. There is no doubt America is at a crossroad. The Bible says, stand at the crossroad and look, ask where the good way is and walk in it. You will find rest for your soul. Our founding fathers knew that the survival of America depended on our faith in God, and today we need God's help more than ever. That's what my book, Saving America, is all about. The good news that things don't have to stay this way, but we must act now. I invite you to read my book, Saving America. You can order it right now by calling 817-576-2976 or order online by going to onemomentinamerica.com. The cost, $11.95 plus $4 shipping and handling. It's a quick and easy read, and I believe one book you'll never forget. Order now, and I will personally sign the book to you. The number again, 817-576-2976, or online, onemomentinamerica.com. Do you believe that America is worth saving? Please call now. I believe it is oh so important to know history. Why? Well, one very wise philosopher said, he who refuses to learn from the past is doomed to repeat it. How true. And of course, there's the future. We have to be concerned about those coming after us. But just what's our best hope for tomorrow? To realize that what we do today will be tomorrow's history, and what we do today matters. It was Abraham Lincoln who said, I don't know what my grandfather was. I'm more concerned to know what his grandson will be. It's up to us today to carry the torch for America, to stand up for what is good and hard and right. I'm Jerry Stewart, and that was One Moment in America.
Join us at 8:05 Saturday morning for the Saturday Sports Slam right here on Beaver County Radio.
The high school basketball playoffs, baseball spring training, and Beaver County Tourism and Recreation Director Tim Ishman are all on the agenda for this week. We'll take your phone calls too.
The Saturday Sports Slam is brought to you by Rochester Manor and Villa and by J&J Spratt Funeral Home in New Brighton.
For the best in local sports talk, tune in from 8:05 till 10 o'clock Saturday morning on 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
And in sports today, the Penguins' 11-game home winning streak comes to an end with a 3-2 loss to the New Jersey Devils. Plus, there's lots of high school basketball on tap for tonight. Matt Durzik checks it all out for us in our noonday sports report. Matt?
Thanks, Pat. It was not to be for the Quigley Catholic girls as they lose in the WPL semifinals last night by a score of 66-59 to West Green. West Green will take on Winchester Thurston, who won their semifinal match 56-40 over Swickley Academy. In the 6A girls semifinals, North Allegheny beats Mount Lebanon by a score of 34-20, while Peters Township beats Bethel Park 55-39. Last night, the boys semifinals in 2A, it was Swickley Academy 65, Chartiers Houston 33. Swickley Academy will play Osh, who defeated Jeanette 72-64. In the 5A semifinals, Franklin Regional beat Highlands by a score of 48-40, while Mars beat Trinity by a score of 56-39. Tonight in the 4A semifinals, the undefeated Quaker Valley Quakers take on Indiana at Fox Chapel. We will have that game for you, 5:30 airtime, 6 o'clock tip-off here on Beaver County Radio. The winner of that game will take on either Newcastle or Bell Vernon, who play tonight in the other 4A semifinal on Saturday at the Peterson Event Center. Elsewhere, in the 6A boys semifinals, Woodland Hills plays Pine Richland, and Mount Lebanon plays Penn Hills. In the girls semifinals for tonight, in 5A, Mars plays Oakland Catholic. Chartiers Valley will play Gateway. In the 2A semifinals, East Allegheny plays Neshannock, while Bishop Canevin takes on Mohawk. A full list of last night's scores, as well as tonight's games, sites, and times, can be found at beavercountyradio.com right now. In professional basketball from last night, Miami beats Philadelphia by a score of 102-101. The Cavaliers beat Brooklyn 129-123. It was Charlotte 118, Chicago 103. Washington beats Milwaukee by a score of 107-104. The Clippers beat Denver 122-120, and Portland beats Sacramento 116-99. Tonight, Toronto is at Orlando. Milwaukee is at Detroit. The Warriors are in Washington. Atlanta hosts Indiana. The Hornets are in Boston. Dallas hosts Oklahoma City. The Suns are in Memphis. The Spurs host New Orleans. And the Rockets take on the Clippers in L.A. Last night, the 11-game home winning streak of the Pittsburgh Penguins came to a close at the hands of the New Jersey Devils. Josh Getzoff of the Penguins Radio Network explains.
The Penguins suffered their second straight loss in regulation on Tuesday night against the New Jersey Devils in a 3-2 defeat at the hands of Jersey at PPG Paints Arena. Although the Penguins did get the goal scoring started in the loss, just 8:17 into the first period, it was Sidney Crosby finding the back of the net for the 21st time this season.
Gensel back in the Devils. The Devils on a shot back in front. It comes off, and Crosby finds a rebound on an Alexiak shot, and the Dumoulin shot, and the Penguins have a 1-0 lead. Sidney Crosby found it right on the front porch. And it's finders keepers, losers weepers.
And in the second, Taylor Hall made the lone man advantage of the game for New Jersey count, scoring his 27th of the season to put the Devils up 2-1.
Doyle turns, gets his own pass back. Out around the goal mouth, sets it up here, and a hard shot by Severson. That hit the crossbar, rebound score, Taylor Hall. He just put that puck in as it came to the left, and Hall rifles it right in the net with a quick release. And it is a 2-1 New Jersey lead.
Matt Hunwick's fourth of the year would tie the game up for the Penguins late in the second period, but Stefan Nason made sure the Devils went home victors, scoring at 5:01 of the third on a redirect to put the Devils up 3-2, bringing us to our final score. With your Penguins Live recap, I'm Josh Getzoff.
Last night was also the debut of Derek Brassard in a Penguins uniform. With more on that and where the Penguins are headed next, we turn to Bruce Fry.
Making his Penguins debut was weekend trade acquisition Derek Broussard, who will center a line with high-scoring Phil Kessel.
When I come in the zone, offensive zone, I would say, he likes to hide behind the net and everything. That's like some stuff that I kind of learned tonight for the game. But we have a couple more games here that click before the playoffs starts.
After Pittsburgh visits Boston Thursday, another divisional foe, the New York Islanders, arrive at the rare start time of 5 o'clock Saturday. From the PPG Paints Arena, this is Bruce Fry for 1230 WBVP in 1460 WMBA Sports.
Thank you, Bruce. Take a look at the rest of the NHL scoreboard from last night. Minnesota beat St. Louis by a score of 8-3. The Capitals jumped back into first place with a 3-2 victory over Ottawa. It was Boston beating Carolina in overtime by a score of 4-3. Nashville defeats Winnipeg 6-5. It was Florida beating Toronto in overtime 3-2. The Kings beat Vegas by a score of 4-1. It was Dallas 2, Calgary 0. And the Sharks beat Edmonton 5-2. Tonight, Detroit is at St. Louis. The Lightning host Buffalo. The Islanders are in Montreal. Vancouver hosts the Rangers. And the Flames are in Colorado. The win column for the Pittsburgh Pirates in spring training is still empty after yesterday's 3-3 tie with the Atlanta Braves. Also in yesterday's spring training action, Houston beats the Mets 8-2. It was Baltimore 2, Tampa Bay 1. The Yankees beat Toronto by a score of 9-8. It was Baltimore 2, Tampa Bay 1. Detroit beats Philadelphia by a score of 11-6. It was St. Louis 6, Boston 1. Miami and Washington played to a 2-2 tie. The Indians beat Oakland 16-8. It was Milwaukee 6, Cincinnati 3. Kansas City beat Seattle by a score of 14-9. It was the Cubs 6, the White Sox 5. The Giants beat Arizona 14-12. The Dodgers and Texas Rangers played to a 4-4 tie. It was the Angels 5, Colorado 2. San Diego beat Seattle by a score of 11-6. And Boston beats Minnesota 3-2. Today, the Pirates look to get their first win of spring training as they take on the Boston Red Sox. 1:05 is first pitch, just a few minutes away. Also today, the Yankees play Detroit, Tampa Bay is at Minnesota, Baltimore hosts the Cardinals, the Braves play the Mets, Washington is at Miami, Minnesota is at Houston, the Blue Jays host Philadelphia, Seattle is at Cleveland, the White Sox play Texas, the Reds are in Kansas City, the Cubs play Oakland, San Francisco is at Milwaukee, the Tribe are in Los Angeles, the Diamondbacks host Colorado, and the Dodgers play the Padres. For the latest sports news and updates, check out our sports page at beavercountyradio.com. Don't forget to click on the Saturday Sportsland page while you're there, and check out our Facebook page at WBVP-WMBA on Facebook. Matt Durzik for the Noonday Report.
Enjoy those famous 50-cent wings Wednesday from 6 to 9 at Roberts Roadside Inn in Bridgewater.
Everybody's talking about Roberts Roadside Inn. 'Cause Beaver County's walking at Roberts Roadside Inn.
Roberts is also famous for their fish fry specials on Friday and those tasty daily lunch specials at rock bottom prices. Seniors get a 10% break on their meals Monday and Thursday from 11 to 9. Come to Roberts after work as happy hour is featured weekdays from 4 to 6. D&M DJs plays the hits on Fridays and host karaoke on Saturdays at Roberts Sports Patio, where you can book your grad party, reunion, or even wedding.
Talk about Roberts Roadside Inn. 'Cause Beaver County rocks at Roberts Roadside Inn. Come on down to Roberts Roadside. Beaver County's rocking tonight.
The back-to-back Stanley Cup champions are on Beaver County Radio.
Kessel getting the bucket of Morgan. Back to Kessel in front of Morgan. Hey! Joseph scores! Evgeny Morgan finishes it. Oh, give me back my old Cadillac.
Follow the Penguins all season long with local coverage presented by Rochester Manor and Villa, Roberts Roadside Inn, St. Barnabas Beaver Meadows, Apart from the Ordinary, Suman Automotive, and Beaver County Radio, WBVP, and WMBA.
Worried about identity theft where you bank? You can rest assured your identity and money are safe at Farmers Building and Savings Bank in Rochester. With a Farmers Building Passbook Savings account, your transactions and identity are not internet accessible, so hackers can't get into your account. That's peace of mind. Deposits are FDIC insured. In addition, you earn premium interest rates with Farmers Building's fast, easy, hassle-free banking. And if you're looking for a traditional mortgage, a home equity loan, or even an owner-builder construction loan, Farmers Building and Savings Bank can make your loan process stress-free. And remember, Farmers Building will never sell your loan to another bank. Farmers Building and Savings Bank. More than 120 years serving Beaver County. Located on the Park in Rochester. Call 724-774-4970. That's 724-774-4970. Banking made simple. It's been Farmers Building and Savings Bank's way of doing business for more than a century. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Be sure and follow the Pirates all season long, and do your part to root them on by listening to exciting game action on Beaver County Radio. Local coverage is presented in part by Town Square Restaurant, Suman Automotive, Roberts Roadside Inn, St. Barnabas Beaver Meadows, Michael Namath Nationwide Insurance, Athens Family Restaurant, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, Tri-State Waters, Hovis Auto and Truck Supply, William Murphy Funeral Home, AK Furniture Galleries, Albert's Heating and Cooling, and Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
Walk it off as Max Moroff delivers. He scores Josh Harrison from third. They're mobbing him around second base. The Buccos defeat the Brewers. It is a 3-2 final. Pittsburgh is 4 out of first.
And another great call from last season. Today's Pirate Spring Training Report is brought to you by Frederick & Son Contracting and Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA. And the man who made that call joins us once again this morning. Greg Brown, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. So, again, the Pirates are winless right now, but as we discussed the other day, it's spring training, so that kind of stuff, wins and losses, not necessarily a major jurisdiction. But I did play the clip from Max Moroff's walk-off earlier last season, and that's what I want to talk about today. That's what I want to focus on is the infield, because there's been a lot of questions, particularly among Pirate fans and analyzers, that the infield last year particularly was a little bit unstable. What's the look of the infield so far this year? What's projected as to who's going to come up for the start of the season?
Well, this is all predicated on the injury. So, knock on wood. Let's assume that right now. And as things stand at the moment, it's interesting that you played the Max Moroff clip because really it's down to one position spot available, and Max is fighting amongst about maybe 5 guys for that final spot, and it just depends on how Clint Hurdle wants to use it. When you look at the position player, the positions are all set everywhere. The outfield is now Corey Dickerson in left, who's just traded over from Tampa Bay, Marte in center, and Gregory Polanco in right. You've got the infielders of Bell, Harrison, Mercer, and the new third baseman Colin Moran. That's 7. You've got the 2 catchers, Francisco Cervelli, Elias Diaz. That's 9. You've got Sean Rodriguez, David Freese as extras. That's 11. And you've got Adam Frazier as an extra. That's 12. You have one more spot left. They're going to go with 13 position players. So it's Moroff. It's Jose Osuna, who I think is a dark horse. I think they'd probably like to see him learn third base a little bit more down at AAA. That's just my guess. You've got Bryce Brentz, who was picked up from the Boston Red Sox, and he is out of options. That's always a big deal this time of year when general managers are looking at things. They don't want to lose him. So that might give him a leg up because Moroff has options left. And anybody else I can't think. Oh, Jordan Luplow, an outfielder. So it's going to be an interesting few weeks. That's what makes, to me, not the wins and losses, and you alluded to that, not what the record is, but individual battles. When they're coming up to the plate or there's a ground ball hit to these guys in what seems to be a meaningless spring training game, don't tell Max Moroff that these are meaningless at-bats or meaningless ground balls. That he made a real nice play, the opener down in Port Charlotte last week, going deep in the hole back. I mean, he can play defensively, which, I think is intriguing to Clint Hurdle as a backup shortstop. So it's interesting, but they're pretty well set in answer to the question about the infield. It's pretty well locked in there.
Okay, so the position players that it looks like they're going to be coming up are going to be the ones that we're going to see on opening day.
Yes. Now, Clint Hurdle has not put out a starting lineup just yet for opening day, but we do know that Colin Moran is the third baseman, Jordy Mercer is the shortstop, Josh Harrison is the second baseman, Josh Bell is the first baseman. So we know that's the starting infield on most nights. But you always, of course, look for backups, and David Freese will back up at third and first. Sean Rodriguez will play everywhere, except catcher. And then, do you decide? Well, and Adam Frazier plays the outfield and can play third and second. And then do you decide, if you're the Pirates and Hurdle and Huntington, do we want an extra infielder like a Moroff who can play the middle infield, or do we want an extra outfielder like a Bryce Brentz? That's the question.
Okay. Now let's play a little role playing here. If you, and this is not to knock on anybody one or the other, but if you were the general manager between Brentz and Moroff, and perhaps even someone like Luplow, who would you go with at this point?
I'd probably go with Brentz because, again, he's out of options. So if he doesn't make the club, he goes through waivers, and some other team, maybe even the Red Sox, pick him up again. It was with the Red Sox, they've got such big boppers, and once they acquired and signed that big free agent deal to J.D. Martinez, Brents knew he had no shot. The Red Sox knew that they were going to lose him, so they went ahead and dealt him to the Pirates. He's got power in that bat at the minor league level. He's never had a real opportunity at the big league level. The one question would be, can he handle being one of those bench guys where, young players, well, he's not all that young, but in terms of experience, he's certainly not experienced in the big leagues. Can he handle that? But he's a threat off the bench from the right side, a right-handed hitter. I think, there's still room for growth from a guy like Max Moroff, a switch hitter who can play different positions, and maybe he goes down and he plays shortstop every day for Indy. Or Jordan Luplow, he goes back down to AAA. He hasn't had a full season even in the minor league, AAA level yet. He started last year at AA Altoona. So I think there's room for that. And we always get caught up in opening day lineups and what that 25-man roster will look like. It changes so much during the course of the year. They could begin the year with Brents, and 2 weeks into the season make a switch. We don't know that, but if I were a betting man right now, I'd say Brents ends up on the club at the beginning of the year.
Okay. And speaking of Brents and the team he used to play for, the Red Sox, that's who the Pirates play today. Anything to look out for today in today's game?
Well, just that the first time that we'll get a chance to see Chad Kuhl start. He'll pitch a couple innings, and Trevor Williams, another starter in the rotation. We'll piggyback him a couple of innings. It'll be fun to see those guys pitch. I think it's an underrated rotation. People thought they lost the ace, Garrett Cole, but I love the makeup right now of the rotation. Not just what they do on the mound, but the camaraderie. They've got like the breakfast club going. Jamison Tyone has kind of led the way, and he's got his starters. He's got his 5 or 6 pitchers going to breakfast every day. They're talking baseball. They're talking other things, but they're hanging out together. It's really cool to see. I haven't seen that in I don't know how long, where all the pitchers just kind of gather together and hang out. It just speaks of the leadership skills of a Jamison Tyone. I think Tyone is ready to bust out in so many ways because he's now free to be the leader. Nothing against Garrett Cole, but Tyone really had to be kind of quiet because Cole was the man, and now Cole's out of there. Now Tyone can show what skills he has as a leader, both off the mound and in that clubhouse, and certainly on the mound with the capabilities he has. I think when all is said and done, he could be a guy that we talk about maybe in a Cy Young category.
Wow. All right then. Very much. Hopefully. For the sake of the Pirates and for us here at Beaver County Radio, we hope that you're right and that Jamison Tyone becomes a stud like they say he was going to be. But we'll see how Chad Kuhl does today against Boston. That'll be a 105 first pitch. Greg, thank you so much for joining us once again, and let's go Bucks.
Thanks, Emilio. We'll talk to you Friday.
All right, thank you. That is Greg Brown, and we again will talk to him on Friday at 7:50 here on Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA. Tune in at 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA this Thursday morning from 9:10 to 10 a.m. because it's time to Ask the Commissioners. Brought to you by Huntington Bank, the Brighton Health Mart Pharmacy, West Banco, NIRA Consulting Engineers, creating great futures by design. Visit NIRAengineers.com. Sandy Eggley, Daniel Camp, and Tony Amadeo will be live in the WBVP WMBA studio to field your questions. That's right, just tune in this Thursday from 9:10 to 10 a.m. and call 724-843-1888 or 724-774-1888 and ask the Commissioners yourself on WBVP and WMBA.
And the time now, let's see, looks like we're at 12:42, temperature at 62 degrees in Beaver County. And taking a look at national and international news headlines, students are returning to the Florida high school where 17 were killed in a shooting 2 weeks ago, but they have been told to leave their backpacks at home. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School principal Ty Thomas said in a tweet that our focus is on emotional readiness and comfort, not curriculum, so there is no need for backpacks. Senate Democrats want President Donald Trump to follow through on his push for comprehensive background checks for gun buyers, and they are pressuring him to endorse legislation that would extend the pre-purchase checks to at least to online and gun show sales. They are making their case in a letter to Trump before the president hosts a meeting with a bipartisan group of lawmakers to discuss school safety and possible gun legislation. As students returned to the Florida high school where 17 people were killed by a troubled teen with an AR-15, Dick's Sporting Goods announced the immediate ban on sales of assault-style weapons at all stores that it owns. The major gun retailer also said it will end sales of high-capacity magazines and ban the sale of all guns to anyone under 21. President Trump's former campaign chairman has pleaded not guilty to charges that he acted as an unregistered foreign agent and directed an international money laundering conspiracy. Paul Manafort entered a formal plea during a brief hearing today in Washington. Manafort had previously pleaded not guilty in the case, but prosecutors for special counsel Robert Mueller brought a second indictment last week, requiring him to formally enter a second. Manafort has a September 17th trial date. And Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, a Republican from Kentucky, says the Reverend Billy Graham inspired countless life-changing conversions with his humility and plain-spoken preaching of essential truths. Graham's casket arrived at the U.S. Capitol a short time ago for a rare salute by the nation's political leaders. The pine casket carrying Graham will lie in honor in the rotunda today. President Trump and House Speaker Paul Ryan are also attending the ceremony. This look at national and international news headlines was brought to you this hour by St. Barnabas.
Are you still working on that retirement checklist?
I want to find the perfect place for us to live.
I want to golf.
I'm looking for lots of activities and lots of friendly people.
How about entertainment? Plenty of dining options, maybe an indoor pool.
I'd like to go on trips.
How about fishing or a wood shop?
And of course, top-notch medical services are important.
That's a long list.
But guess what? St. Barnabas has everything we're looking for, including free unlimited golf.
Let's arrange a tour.
From Washington, D.C., it's the Cal Thomas Commentary. And now, here is America's #1 syndicated columnist, Cal Thomas.
President Trump is about to attempt a feat few others have tried, at which no president in modern times has succeeded. He's going to try to cut the size of the bloated federal government. As Ronald Reagan used to say, the only proof of eternal life in Washington is a government program. Outmoded programs like the Biological Survey Unit, started 100 years ago, are on the chopping block. Every federal agency has submitted a plan to the White House for reorganization. The Education Department proposes eliminating the undersecretary position, which coordinates activities related to post-secondary education, career technical education, and federal student aid. Cuts in other agencies, such as the Agriculture Department and U.S. Geological Survey, are also targeted for elimination. Entitlements are the big drivers of debt, and they also need reform. But starting with outmoded programs is where to begin in order to build public confidence for the rest. It's long overdue, and it's about time. I'm Cal Thomas.
For a free copy of today's commentary and other information, visit calthomas.com or send a written request mentioning the date and subject to Values Through Media, Post Office Box 7065, Arlington, Virginia 22207. Tax-deductible gifts support these commentaries and are appreciated. Listen again next time for the Cal Thomas Commentary.
You like freedom? I do. You like money? Well, I do too. If you like freedom and money, then you're going to love Freedom Checks. You see, over the next few months, an estimated $34.6 billion is up for grabs to anyone who stakes their claim. Yep, you heard that right, $34.6 billion. To get all the details, just go to www.watchfreedomchecks.com. Thousands of people are already lined up to cash in. Take Doug, for example. He's a 46-year-old from Joplin, Missouri, who's set to get a check for $24,075. And if Doug can do this, I've got a hunch that you can too. But here's the thing. If you want the chance to grab your full fair share of this $34.6 billion payout, you must have your ducks in a row by March 1st. So don't wait. Get over to www.watchfreedomchecks.com before the March 1st deadline. That's www.watchfreedomchecks.com.
It all started 70 years ago with the unmistakable voice of Chuck Wilson as WBVP went on the air as Beaver County's first radio station.
351. There's a shot from way on the outside. Drive by Bill Hickey, and the ball game ends. Aliquippa wins the state championship 63-51 for the first time in the history of the school. And there'll be jubilation in Aliquippa tonight, just as there's jubilation down here on the court in front of our Jones & Loughlin broadcasting booth tonight here at Amherst Convention Hall in Philadelphia, where Sam Milanovic took his team through their 29th straight undefeated basketball game for the first time in the history of the school.
Every Thursday, enjoy another 70th anniversary moment aired on WBVP, WMBA, and published on the station's online feeds. The 70th anniversary moment series is presented in part by Freedom United Federal Credit Union, Rochester Manor and Villa, Beaver Valley Sheet Metal, Hank's Frozen Custard Mexican Food, and the radio station that changed the course of history 7 decades ago, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
Longing to make a place for your car in the garage? I know what you could do. Call me, Diane Brocious, during Yankee Trader, heard Monday through Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. Give someone the chance to purchase the things you just don't need or use anymore. If there's something you need but don't want to pay retail for, then tune in to Beaver County's longest-running buy-sell trade show. It's likely that one of our listeners has just what you're looking for. That's Yankee Trader with Diane Brocious, Monday through Friday from 1 to 2, right here on 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA. Hello there, I'm Diane Brocious, and it's time for the Wednesday edition of Out and About, a list of meetings and events going on in and around your community. Well, today's the day for the Beaver Falls Community Development Corporation to have their celebration of our accomplishments. Join the members of the Beaver Falls CDC as they celebrate accomplishments and share a vision for our city. This celebration is open to all who share a passion for the revitalization of Beaver Falls. It's going to be held tonight at the Well, which is on 6th Avenue in Beaver Falls, from 7 to 8 p.m., and there will be some light refreshments served. Help support the fight of veteran Mike Labasick at the spaghetti dinner tonight. It's going to be held at the Marion Hill Christian and Missionary Alliance Church in the Fellowship Hall. That's on Rochester Road in New Brighton. And that is on March 3rd. Tickets are $10. Takeouts are available. They're going to have live music, games, bake sale, silent and Chinese auctions, 50-50 raffle. Support his fight, Spaghetti Night. The Beaver Falls Band Boosters are sponsoring a night at the races on Saturday, March 3rd at the New Galilee Fire Hall. This fundraiser is to help offset the cost of the Beaver Falls Band traveling to Disney World to perform in April. So please come on out, have a great time, and help these kids fulfill a dream. That's on March 3rd at the New Galilee Fire Hall. The Beaver Area Memorial Library will hold its annual lunch at the library on Saturday. That's this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Homemade soups, breads, and desserts will be served. The cost of a bowl of soup with bread is $3 and dessert is $3. Takeouts available after 1 p.m. It's going to be at the library on College Avenue in Beaver, and it's sponsored by the Friends of the Beaver Library, and all proceeds will benefit the library. Think spring with the Maple Sugaring Program, sponsored by the Beaver County Conservation District. The trees know that it's spring before we do, with warm days and cold nights. So see for yourself how maple trees are tapped and the sugar water is transformed into maple syrup. Come to the Brady's Run Park to the Maple Camp located behind the lodge on March 10th, 2018. A 30 to 40 minute read and play story time program will be offered at Moreto Dwellings Community Center on Mondays twice a month at 11 a.m. It includes stories, crafts, songs, and activities for parents and children to do together. It's geared for children age 2 to 5 and their grown-ups. A simple, healthy snack will be provided during each session, and the next one is scheduled for March 12th. Well, I'm Diane Brocious, and that does it for this edition of Out and About. If your church or organization or group is having an event or meeting, call the station at 724-846-4100 or email Pat Septak at pseptak@BeaverCountyRadio. Out and About's heard Monday through Friday during the Noonday Report right here on 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
You've probably heard the phrase, having your cake and eating it too, right? Well, that's exactly what's going on right now at the McGuire Memorial Foundation. For a limited time, when you buy a drawing ticket, the net proceeds will go towards the ongoing care of God's entrusted treasures at McGuire Memorial. Then, at the same time, you'll be entered into a contest to win a beautiful black 2017 Camaro LT1 convertible. Visit CamaroDrawing.com to learn more, or buy your tickets by calling the McGuire Memorial Foundation at 724-843-0365. Tickets can also be purchased at A.K. Nayhouse Furniture Galleries, Jamie's Physical Therapy in Hopewell, McGuire Memorial in Dougherty Township, and Beaver County Radio offices in Beaver Falls. Be a part of the 11th annual car raffle for McGuire Memorial. Winner will be selected and announced on March 3rd at the Fairmont in Pittsburgh. Picture yourself behind the wheel of a Camaro convertible. It could happen when you help those who need it the most by buying a car raffle ticket from the McGuire Memorial Foundation.
I'm Lou Dobbs. Pending home sales slumped last month. Dick's Sporting Goods stops the sale of assault-style rifles, and Ford testing self-driving cars in Miami. Those stories next. Lou Dobbs for American Financing. If you're a homeowner, your house is more than just the place you live. It's an incredibly valuable financial asset. You've likely acquired equity since buying your home, and you can use it. With interest rates still competitively low, many experts say now is a good time to consider refinancing, and you can do so by calling American Financing. At American Financing, conversations are simple and straightforward because you work directly with a salary-based mortgage consultant, one who will customize a loan program that's going to help achieve your financial goals, including debt consolidation. They're already saving customers up to $1,000 a month. Why not see what they can do for you? You may close in as fast as 10 days. 866-920-8838 or go online to AmericanFinancing.net. American Financing, NMLS 182334. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. The number of Americans signing contracts to buy homes fell by almost 5% last month. The National Association of Realtors says even though the economy continues to improve, prices are rising because of a limited supply of homes. Dick's Sporting Goods saying it will stop selling assault-style rifles effective immediately. CEO Edward Stack says his company felt it needed to do something after the recent shootings in Florida. Stack adds he's prepared for any backlash and will not back down on his decision. Ford Motor Company making Miami-Dade County a test market for its new self-driving vehicles. Ford's starting a pilot program to see how consumers react to autonomous cars. Domino's Pizza will also join Ford's test marketing. Please join me for Lou Dobbs tonight, 7 and 11 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. This is the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
We all make promises, big and small.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
I do solemnly swear
to help you when you're in need,
to be considerate and caring, to be your loving, faithful friend,
partner,
child,
parent,
neighbor.
One of our most important commitments is to support our nation's veterans. Learn how you can help a veteran going through a difficult time by visiting MakeTheConnection.net.
For the need-to-know info on Beaver County entertainment, join Scott Tatey, entertainment editor for the Beaver County Times, and Frank Sparks every Thursday from 11:30 to noon for Notes on Entertainment. Brought to you by Woolly Boys in New Brighton, Notes on Entertainment is your source for the latest on local talent in the Beaver County area. So join Scott Tatey and Frank Sparks every Thursday from 11:30 to noon as they discuss the next big acts coming to your area on WBVP and WMBA.
You'll want to coast right on into King's Pole and Spa right now because they've got big news. That's right, King's Pole and Spa has acquired and is proudly featuring Coast Spas, the line that's earned the name World's Best Built Spas. King's Pole and Spa has always been innovative and on the cutting edge when it comes to installing fun and comfort in Beaver County backyards, patios, decks, and homes, and carrying Coast Spas fits right in with that theme. Speaking of edge, one thing you'll like about Coast Spas is the luxurious infinity edge available on many of the models, which helps keep the water where it belongs in your spa and reduces outside spilling. Coast Spas are now available and on display at Kings Pool and Spa in Monaca. From portable patio units that require only standard household plug-in electric to high-end luxury spas that will really create the wow factor in your home, it's time to coast. You've earned it. Check out the new line of Coast Spas at Kings Pool and Spa in Monaca.
Sell the best and service the best. Kings Pool and Spa.
Hey, it's the Beaver Valley Community Concert Association, proudly announcing its remaining season. Side Street Strutters, show number 3, Tuesday, April 24th, 2018, with band music styles from early New Orleans Dixieland and the blues sounds of Louis Armstrong and Fats Waller to the timeless classics of Porter and Gershwin and the exciting swings music from the libraries of Benny Goodman and Duke Ellington. Show number 4, Tony Pace, Thursday, May 10th, 2018. Combination of hilarious musical comedy, crazy characters, dead-on impressions, versatile musicianship, and an endless supply of explosive raw energy from this Las Vegas headliner. Concerts held at the Beaver Falls Middle School Auditorium. Concerts begin at 7:30 p.m. For more information, contact Peg Denhart at 724-843-2941. Please visit our website, www.bbcommunityconcert.org. Use your season subscription or purchase a ticket at the door, $20 for adults, $5 for students. That's the Beaver Valley Community Concert Association.
Who's this week's pick of the litter? Listen to WBVP and WNBA every Monday and Friday from 9 a.m. till 12 noon for the Beaver County Humane Society's pick of the litter. We'll be highlighting 2 lucky resident animals from the shelter who need a loving home. Plus, we'll be featuring pictures and information about the animals on our website each week. It's WBVP and WNBA's pick of the litter each Monday and Friday from 9 a.m. to noon. Brought to you each week by the 19th Hole in Chippewa, Dr. Allison Scavuzzo in Freedom, Albert's Heating and Air Conditioning in Conway, Vibrant Images in Bridgewater, Canine Kingdom in Vanport, Attorney Michael W. Nally in Aliquippa, Laura's Loving Pet Sitting and Walking Services, Beaver Agway, and Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WNBA.
Beaver County stations for news, sports, information, and entertainment. 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls and 1460 WNBA Ambridge.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Val Dior. Police in Georgia say officers are responding to reports of shots fired at a high school and a teacher who may have been barricaded in a classroom is in custody. Police in Dalton tweeted that no children were hurt or were in danger. Dalton is about 90 miles north of Atlanta. Meanwhile, the nation is paying tribute to the Reverend Billy Graham.
Graham's simple pine plywood casket sitting atop the catafalque built for Abraham Lincoln in the rotunda of the U.S. Capitol. President Trump among those paying tribute.
Today we say a prayer for our country, that all across this land, the Lord will raise up men and women like Billy Graham to spread a message of love and hope to every precious child of God.
After lying in honor in the rotunda, Graham's remains will return home to Charlotte, North Carolina, where he'll be laid to rest next to his late wife Ruth on the grounds of the Billy Graham Library.
Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines reporting. Meanwhile, Vice President Mike Pence says in his travels during President Trump's first year in office, he's noticed a decidedly upbeat mood in the country.
The enthusiasm that I see out there for what President Trump has accomplished in the last year is really moving to me.
Vice President Pence made his comments on the Mike Gallagher Show on the Salem Radio Network. White House Communications Director Hope Hicks acknowledged to a House intelligence panel that she has told white lies for President Trump, but has not lied about anything pertaining to the possible Russia investigation, according to those present for Hicks's closed-door testimony. She was interviewed for 9 hours yesterday by the panel investigating possible Russian interference in the 2016 election and also contact between Trump's campaign and Russia. For more details on these stories and much more, visit townhall.com. I'm Val Dior.
Are you still treating unwanted pests in your home with toxic chemicals? Being a parent or pet owner, surely that would concern you, yes? Forget about wasting money on those cheap ultrasonic devices that claim to emit sounds, but don't penetrate walls, furniture, or other obstacles. Plug-in Pest-Free has been the innovator in electromagnetic pest control technology, and for decades we've kept pests out of homes and businesses like yours around the world. Plug-in Pest-Free works along the wiring of your home or business, pulse modulating the existing electromagnetic field, reaching deep inside the cavities of your walls, cupboards, and other inaccessible areas where conventional methods can't reach. Plug-in Pest-Free is maintenance-free and environmentally friendly. So plug in a Pest-Free today for long-term, cost-effective electronic pest control at gopestfree.com. That's gopestfree.com. Use promo code PEST20 for 20% off and free shipping. Order yours today at gopestfree.com. Don't spray and regret. Plug in and forget.
Persistent snow and freezing conditions are causing delays in many parts of Britain, with roads and train service hit hard. Correspondent Charles de Ledesma reports.
Many rail systems in the northern and eastern parts of Britain have been disrupted, and several lines of London's subway system were experiencing severe delays, including the Piccadilly line that links central London to Heathrow Airport. In a call for road safety, police forces are warning against driving because of poor visibility in the snow and treacherous conditions, which can lead to crashes and stranded motorists. Media is reporting that many drivers have had to be rescued from vehicles. The weather has also closed many schools and forced some hospitals to cancel elective procedures and outpatient care. Charles de Ledesma, London.
Former state senator Debbie Lesko won the Republican primary race in Arizona to replace Representative Trent Franks. That puts her as a front runner in April for the general election. This is Town Hall News. A prominent Venezuelan politician has parted ways with the opposition coalition by challenging leader Nicolas Maduro in the upcoming presidential election.
By registering as a candidate, Henry Falcón has broken ranks with the main coalition parties, who've refused to present a candidate in elections that they say are fraudulent and illegal. Mr. Falcón was at one point a top aide to late President Hugo Chavez, but he later joined the opposition. So now, of course, Nicolas Maduro will have some competition, although experts don't expect this latest news to have much bearing on the result of elections that have been internationally condemned.
BBC's Katie Watson reporting. President Trump's former campaign chairman has pled not guilty to charges he acted as an unregistered foreign agent and directed an international money laundering conspiracy. Paul Manafort entered a formal plea during a brief hearing Wednesday in Washington. He'd originally pled not guilty, but that second indictment forced him to plead guilty this week. Court date September 17th. Town Hall News.
Welcome to Yankee Trader, a forum for buying, selling, and trading personal items only. No wigs, firearms, mattresses, or medical items. No pets or livestock for sale. No homes or apartments for sale or rent. No services for hire or rent. No copyrighted computer software, and no crafts for sale, please. There's a $3,000 limit for combined items. No commercial businesses or political announcements are allowed. The phone numbers are open now. Call us at 724-843-1888 or 724-843-1888. Now, get ready to buy, sell, trade, or give it away on the Yankee Trader on 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
Wowie zowie, what a day, everybody. This is Diane Brocious, and it is time for Yankee Trader. Isn't it spectacular out there? As of right now, it's not raining, and it's 63 degrees. This is like a light jacket or sweatshirt weather. Yay! So I really enjoyed being out in that a little bit today. And I hope you get a chance to also, especially if you're out there in the garage. I don't even like to look in our garage, or your shed or your basement or somewhere, and you're sorting through stuff and saying, hey, this is good, but I don't use it. Let's sell it on Yankee Trader. How's that sound to you? Sounds good to me. So all you have to do is give me a call. My phone number here in the studio is 724-843-1888 or 724-774-1888. And we're having so much fun doing Bargain Shop on Tuesdays with that live stream on Facebook. So I hope you check that out. And that it inspires you to bid on some items next time we have Bargain Shop. They are such great items that we have from our sponsors. And I want to encourage you. I want to thank, the ones that we had yesterday. It was all food, edible arrangements, and that steakhouse in Center Township. Not Lone Star, the other one. The other one, Texas Roadhouse. Oh my, we had some great stuff yesterday. But in the meantime, we're going to be doing some Yankee Trader business today. Remember, 4 items per week, and I'll read them as much as I can. The last 2 days have been busy. And I'll read them as much as I can. Don't forget the value of those 4 items cannot exceed $3,000. So let's take a phone call. Hello, you are on Yankee Trader.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Who's this?
This is Joe from Baden. I'd like to redo my ad.
Hello, Joe from Baden.
7485.
Okay, let me find that. There you are, my friend. I'm sorry that I call you naughty.
That's okay.
Anyhow,
it goes in one ear. It goes in one ear, out the other ear.
Oh, you must be married then, huh?
Yeah.
So let me get that. You're renewing everything just the same?
Yep.
Okay, and I will read that so everybody knows what it is. Thank you for calling, Joe.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call.
My pleasure. You have a fabulous day.
I hope so. It's going to rain, ain't it?
Well, not yet, so get out there.
Not yet.
All right. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh, I hear they're talking about snow tomorrow, for crying out loud. Let me just read what Joe has real quick before I take the next call. He has 2 wooden ladders. They're 10 foot each, and he's only asking $15 for both of those. You can cut those up and use them for shelves, crazy shelves. You can lean them and use them for decorating, or you could actually use them for ladders. And here's what we were laughing about. He has 40 Playboy magazines from 1964 to 1994, asking $80 for all 40 of those. And he has 3 pegboards that are 4 foot by 2 foot. And you can use those in the kitchen, in your craft room, in your garage. You just buy hooks and hang stuff you need on there. Oh no, all the phones lit up and there was somebody on hold and I don't know which one it was. Uh-oh. And a men's brown leather coat, size 3/4 length, size large with 3/4 length sleeves. It's not 3/4 length sleeves. 3/4 length coat with a zip out liner, $15. And here's his phone number, 724-302-7485. Oh, I hope I get the right one who's been on hold. If not, I'm sorry. Hello, you are on Yankee Trader.
Hi, is it me?
It is you.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
My name's Karen. I'm from East Palestine.
Hi, Karen.
I'm going to be moving, and I have about 3 items I'd like to sell. They're all in good condition. In fact, I have a set of bunk beds. I'm asking $150 for them.
Okay, now hang on before we go any farther. Are they wooden or are they metal?
They're the metal ones.
Metal?
And they fold up, yeah. They're newer ones.
Okay. And you're asking $150 for those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or best offer. I'll take best offer.
Okay. Yeah, we'll add that. And these are in good condition, you told me.
Yes. There's no marks or nothing on them.
Okay. And what else do you have?
I have a gas grill. I just bought it last summer. I only used it a few times. Where I'm moving, I can't take it with me. I'm asking $100 for that. It's clean. It's got a new tank and the new cover for it.
All right, I'm typing furiously. It includes cover and tank.
Correct.
Okay.
It's not even a year old, to tell you the truth. It'll be a year old this summer.
Hold on. I'm getting that in there. Less than a year old. Okay. And you're moving. I want to put in here that you're moving.
Yeah, I'm moving, and I can't take the stuff with me.
Okay. And what else do you have? Oh,
And
how
I have
much
a
do you
washer
wanted?
and dryer,
You wanted
like
$100 for that,
no
right?
Scratches. Pardon me?
You wanted $100 for that grill.
Correct.
Okay. And you have? Do you know what brand washer and dryer you have?
What is it? A Mana? Something like that.
Okay.
My husband told me that. I just use it.
I totally get it.
Yeah. Or it could be under Whirlpool, whatever Whirlpool a man went with, you know.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm out in the car riding around. That's why I can't really check it right now.
And
it's like new. There's no scratches, no dent or nothing on it. In fact, it's barely new because I haven't used it for maybe about a year or so on that. I'm asking $300 or best offer for that.
For the pair.
Yes.
Wow, that's
It is
good.
Extra large capacities. It's not the small ones, the large ones. And they both work. Really good condition. In fact, they're still sitting there right now hooked up. But within the next week or so, if I don't sell them, they'll be unhooked. So.
Okay. All right, I got that.
If they want to see if they're working good and stuff, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So.
And that's 3 items. Did you have anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, what's your phone number?
It's 330
Uh-huh.
398
All right.
0071.
Let me repeat that. That's 330 398 0071.
Correct.
Okay, Karen. Well, I hope we can get that stuff moved for you.
Okay, thank you. And if
All right.
I happen to call and I don't answer right away, leave a message.
Leave a message with your phone
I'm
number.
in the car roaming around right now.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Karen.
All right.
Bye.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
You too. Hello, you're on Yankee Trader.
Hi, Diane.
Hey.
Oh, this is Mario from Rochester Township.
Hi, Mario.
Yes, I want to renew that ad for the treadmill.
Okay, let me find it. Hang on. Okay. Mario, there you are from Rochester.
Lower it to $75.
Okay.
Okay.
I know. I mean, there's only so much laundry you want to hang on that. So
You better believe it.
So I'm changing that to
buy the hangers.
Oh, my goodness. Well, bless you. And let's get that. It's like new, hardly used, like most treadmills. And it adjusts to different speeds. It monitors time, distance, and calories. It folds up for storage. He's only asking $75. And here's Mario's phone number, 724-774-5598.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, my friend.
Okay,
Thanks
We'll
for
talk
calling.
again.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
What a nice guy. Hello, you're on Yankee Trader.
Yes, hello, Diane.
Hello.
This is Ruth from Hopewell.
Hi, Ruth from Hopewell.
How are you?
I'm doing really good. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. I wanted to change something on my ad.
Okay, what day was that? I know I talked to you this week.
Yeah, you put it on Monday.
Okay, let me find you, and then we'll get to work on it. Ruth
Okay.
from Hopewell, the upright freezer, the credenza, and the treadmill, and the Zippos.
Correct.
All right, what are we changing?
Okay, I want to take the Zippo off.
All the Zippo is gone. All right.
Okay, and I want to put on a fireplace insert. It's a Sierra.
Sierra?
S-I-E-R-R-A. Mm-hmm.
Fireplace insert.
It has double doors.
All right, keep talking.
With glass in the door.
With double glass doors, I'm going to put.
Okay.
Okay.
And it has where you can turn it down, to lower the flames or whatever.
Okay, now, is this gas?
No. It's wood.
Okay.
It's where you turn it down so it don't draw. Like if you want to leave it burn all night.
Okay.
Yeah. And it fits You want the
Absolutely.
Okay. It's a model 4200. F4200. I'm sorry.
That's right. You're doing fine.
Width is 28 by 5/8.
Oh, tell me that again.
The width is 28 and 5/8.
Okay.
The height is 23 and 7/8.
23 and 7/8.
Yes. The depth into the fireplace would be 16 and a half.
16 and a
one
half depth.
Okay.
Okay. So its width is 28 and 5/8. Height
Yes.
23 and 7/8, depth 16 and a half.
Yes. And it fits fireplaces up to 44 inches wide plus 34 high.
Okay, give me those numbers again.
Okay, 44 inches wide by 34 inches high.
By 34 inches high.
Yes.
Okie doke. And how
Okay.
much do you want for that?
Oh, I'm sorry, $250.
And is it in good shape? And
It's in very good shape. It's lined with bricks inside.
really? Wait, let me get that in here. It's lined with bricks inside. Very good condition.
Correct.
And you want $250 for it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, my dear.
Okay, thank you
So
so
now
much.
listen, do you want me, because this was on Monday, do you want me to take all of this off of Monday and just put it on today?
Yes, that'll be okay.
And so you are now a Wednesday caller.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, my friend. Bye now.
Bye.
She is so sweet. You know, I just feel like I just want to give you all a big hug. Wait a second. There we go. She's so kind. Even my husband commented on her. All right, I'm taking that off of Monday, Ruth, and it's going on Wednesday. Okay, let me read the rest of Ruth's stuff. She has a Sears Cold Spot upright freezer that works just fine. She's asking $50. She has a 5-foot-long, 18-inch wide metal credenza with a beige formica top that has 3 drawers on each side and a sliding door in the middle with shelves, and it includes a chair. It comes with a chair. $50 for all. She has an electric Sears treadmill with adjustable speeds that shows the miles that you've walked, and she's asking $50 for that. And then you just heard she has a Sierra fireplace insert with double glass doors. You can adjust the draw on that. It's a model 4200 that fits width 28 and 5/8, height 23 and 7/8, depth 16 and a half. It fits fireplaces up to 44 inches wide and 34 inches high. It's lined with bricks inside in very good condition, asking $50.
Beaver County Radio, your source for everything Beaver County since 1948 at 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls and 1460 WMBA Ambridge.
Spring is just around the corner, and that means it's time to gather up a carload and head on over to Beaver Dairy Queen for a nice treat, whether it's lunch, dinner, or just a snack. Try the fish sandwich combo. It's a fish sandwich, fries, and drink, or try the popcorn shrimp basket with fries and a drink. Top any combo meal off with one of DQ's specialties, a blizzard, or everyone's favorite, a dilly bar, even a frozen cake. Give yourself a treat today from the Beaver Dairy Queen located on the main street in Beaver. To place your order, call 724-774-4033.
Tune in at 1230 WBVP and 1460 WNBA this Thursday morning from 9:10 to 10 a.m. because it's time to Ask the Commissioners. Brought to you by Huntington Bank, the Brighton Health Mart Pharmacy, West Banco, NIRA Consulting Engineers, creating great futures by design. Visit NIRAengineers.com. Sandy Egley, Daniel Camp, and Tony Amadeo will be live in the WBVP WNBA studio to field your questions. That's right, just tune in this Thursday from 9:10 to 10 a.m. and call 724-843-1888 or 724-774-1888 and ask the commissioners yourself on WBVP and WNBA.
Beaver County has a bright future. New infrastructure, new roadways, and new industry are already taking shape. But what happens if these opportunities are lost? Lost because of youth substance abuse? In order to help ensure that the great things that await for Beaver County are realized by everyone, the Drug Free Community Support Program is now in its second year of serving Aliquippa with the vision of the city and school district becoming a vibrant drug-free community where children and families are safe and healthy. For more information, call 724-847-6225.
First graders programming robots? Parent Amanda Showers.
She's like, Mom, the robots that we use in school, we hook it up on the iPad and we type stuff in and it does what we tell it to do.
Teacher Tiffany Hahn.
The curiosity, I think, is important because if they're curious about something, they want to learn more. Success starts here in my classroom. My daughter's success starts here.
To learn more about today's public schools, go to successstartshere.org. Sponsored by the Pennsylvania School Boards Association.
1230 WBVP and 1460 WNBA.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. I'm Diane Brocious, and you are right in the middle of Yankee Trader, Beaver County's longest-running live buy-sell trade show. Heard every day from 1:05 till 2 o'clock here on 1230 WBVP and 1460 WNBA, except tomorrow. When the Pirates are playing at 1 o'clock, then I'm preempted. So I'm going to be in Pittsburgh all day tomorrow. And these guys will just have to carry on without me. I know it'll be rough. They'll miss me for the hour of day that I'm here. But I'm delighted to be with you today and happy to... My goodness, we've been busy again, and there's a call waiting, so let's just take that. Hello, you are on Yankee Trader.
Yes, hi, Diane. This is Ruth again.
Hey, what's going on?
There was a mistake on the price of the fireplace.
Okay, let's go back to it. I'm there.
Okay, it's $250. You said $50.
I said 50?
Yes.
Holy moly! No, I have $250 typed in here.
Yeah.
The treadmill's $50.
A little less, but not $200 less.
Yeah, the treadmill's $50. The credenza's $50. The freezer is $50.
Right.
But the fireplace is $250.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's what I have typed. I just haven't got my brain and my lips to work as a team. Oh, well, thank you for calling, though.
Thank you, Diane.
All right, bye. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, I'm back. Let's read some things that were on last Wednesday. We did read Joe's stuff. Joe from Baden. Wait a second. Didn't we just put that on today? I better check and make sure I got that on today. Because I know I read all of it. There's Mario. There's Karen. There's Joe's. Okay. I already read Joe's. So let's just take that right off of there. You guys have to put up with so patiently with me doing this work here. Okay, a caller from Beaver has a Frigidaire upright frost-free freezer. It's 14 cubic feet, 59 inches wide, high, 28 inches wide. It has a warning light and a lock. It's very clean with nice shelves and very economical to run. It weighs around 200 pounds, so it's easy to move with a dolly. And he's asking $100 or best offer. He also has a nice drill press. The brand is Century. It works perfectly. Even some good bits are included. It's 2 feet high. He's asking $50. And here's the phone number, 724-770-0762. Oh, and we already talked to Mario from Rochester. So that one's on. Oh, here we go. A guy from Ambridge has brand new disc brake pads for a 2002 Dodge Durango, all-wheel drive, and these are for the front wheels, $15. And he has a Bissell Flip It. It's like a vacuum cleaner for hardwood floors. One side vacuums, flip it over, and one side scrubs. It's like brand new, and he's asking $10 for that. And he's got 3 electric heaters. Now, you may think, I don't need no stinking heaters. If you can tell me what movie that's from. Is that from the Sierra Madre movie? Anyhow, there's 3 of them. Holmes, Lesco, and Heat Safe. $10 each, or all 3 for $25. Here's his phone number, 724-987-3015. Let's take another call. Hi there, you're on Yankee Trader.
Yes, I'm calling from the bedding area. I'm usually on Friday because you don't have one on Friday. I was to today.
I wasn't here on Friday last week. But let me pull up last Friday's. I sort of saved it because I knew you'd be calling. Let me see. Friday. Was last week the 16th? Oh, no, the last one I have is from the 16th, and I saved that for you. So, let me ask you, is everything the same?
Yes, ma'am. Everything's the same.
All righty.
We may have Wednesday one now because, I won't be able to do Good Friday. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I will read all of this stuff, and you are now a Wednesday caller.
Okay.
All right, my dear. Bye. Okay. Some of this stuff will sound familiar to you. Let me get right down to... There we go. This is our friend from Baden. She has a ladies' red wine-colored coat. It's lined, size 10, $5. And cat-themed puzzles, 500 to 1,000 pieces, unopened, still wrapped, never put together, $5 each. And an Afghan for a full-size bed. The pattern is stop signs, and the colors are red, yellow, and green, $10. And she's got a 30-gallon bag of styrofoam peanuts, $2 for the whole bag, 724-869-3398. All righty. It is 1:30 in Beaver County. I'm Diane Brocious, and you are listening to Yankee Trader here on Beaver County Radio. Our phone number here is 724-843-1888 or 724-774-1888. Call me if you have something that you want to buy, something you want to sell, or even something to trade. Now, I'm sure you know that Yankee Trader is brought to you by Freedom United Federal Credit Union. You do not have to sell your belongings. You can borrow the money you need at 2.49%. That's Freedom United Federal Credit Union, freedomunitedfcu.com. Alrighty, the phone lines are open. So in the meantime, I'll just read some more things that have been listed this week. Yep, it looks like we got everything done from last Wednesday. Because as you know, I'll list up to 4 items for 1 week. And then they disappear. And that's why people call and renew them, so they don't disappear. Now listen, if you have some stuff listed on Thursday, you could call me today and ask me to relist it, or you can wait till Friday. I'll be back on Friday, but tomorrow's the Pirates, so there won't be any Yankee Trader tomorrow. So this is from Thursday last week, February 22nd. Can you believe it's the last day of February? I know every month I say that about that month. All right, a caller from Aliquippa has some floor table games. It's 5 different games on one set of legs. It's like a game that you could sit at. $130 for that. I hope I'm explaining it well enough. You know, I don't have a picture of these things, so I try to get as much information as I can. Now, you all know what a movie screen on a tripod stand is. You can roll it up with the stand or mount it on the wall. It's about 4 foot by 4 foot. Asking $25 for that. And he's got 2 antique hand drills that work. $25 each. And a 1963 Saturday Evening Post magazine with John F. Kennedy on the front cover. Again, that one's $25. And his phone number is 724-378-3713. Last Thursday, we had a caller from Center Township who has a 32-foot aluminum ladder. It's in very nice condition. OSHA approved, asking $100. And he's got a 14-inch Craftsman chainsaw. It's all tuned up and runs great. And here, listen to this. It includes the carrying case and 5 chains. 2 of the chains are brand new and 3 have been sharpened. Asking $100 or best offer. Here's that phone number, 724-770-0762. Listen, when you call somebody, if they're not here, like we had that, I forget her first name right now, from East Palestine called, and she's in the car right now. Maybe you were all excited because she's selling exactly what you want. But she's not going to be home when you call. When you leave your message, please leave your phone number slowly, distinctly, and even twice. So let me repeat the number for that aluminum ladder and that Craftsman chainsaw. 724-770-0762. A caller from Beaver Falls has a brand new beige carpet. It's never been out of the plastic, and here's the measurement, 7.6 feet by 9.6 feet. Asking $50. Here's the phone number, 724-843-7396. Now, you might be out riding around in your car and thinking, oh my gosh, I never dreamed there'd be brand new beige carpeting listed on Yankee Trader. I could really use that, but I'm driving and I want to be safe. Well, listen, I'm going to post all this on our website, which is beavercountyradio.com. And also on our Facebook page, which is WBVP-WMBA on Facebook. Get the phone number there. Please don't wreck trying to write this phone number down while you're driving. A caller from Beaver has some Sorel, that's the brand, S-O-R-E-L, Caribou XT boots. They're called pack boots. They are brand new in the original box. They've never been used, size 12. He paid $179 at Cabela's for these, and they're rated to minus 40 degrees, and they are waterproof. He bought them to go hunting, but, you know, sometimes the hunting days must come to an end, and that's where he's at the end of his hunting days. On to other adventures, right, sir? $100 he's asking for these excellent boots. 412-974-2464. And a caller from New Brighton has a 33 1/3 album called We Went to Different Schools Together. It's by the Jaggers, a famous Pittsburgh group. It's in near mint condition, but the cover is split. and it's in a protective sleeve, and it has the wrapper on it. That's one of the songs that's on this record, the wrapper. But here's the coup de grace, autographed by all the members of the band, including, of course, Donnie Iris and Jimmy Ross, who were the only members still living. They're going to be playing for something that WBVP and WMBA are hosting later on this year. So you might want to buy this, and then you could get them to autograph it again. Wouldn't that be exciting? $1,000 or best offer for that. And here's some gems or stones that he's got. Now, these are unfaceted stones I'm going to be describing to you, which means they're not cut and polished. But he has the name and phone numbers of people who will finish these stones for you. Here's what we've got. 3 North Carolina rubies that are between 100 and 500 carats, asking $1,000 or best offer for those. And he's got 2 fire opals from Mexico. That orange-red color, just love that. Roughly 50 carats each, $500 or best offer for the pair. And here's that phone number, 412-908-0653. You're listening to Yankee Trader, where you can get everything from a treadmill to unfaceted gems.
Hi, this is Dawn Savage from the Dawn Savage Band, and when I'm on the road and want to know what's going on in Beaver County, I log on to your #1 source for everything in our local communities, beavercountyradio.com or WBVP-WMBA on Facebook.
Please tune in Saturday mornings at 7:30 a.m. and again on Sunday mornings at 10:30 and 11:30 a.m. for Safe Money Radio right here on Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
Is it possible to have even more great news to share about the Medicine Stop? It is, especially if you have Highmark or UPMC insurance. I'm David Smatko from the Medicine Stop, and I'm pleased to announce that in 2018, we are a preferred provider for all Highmark and UPMC prescription plans, including all their Medicare Part D drug plans. This means that the Medicine Stop is now your go-to destination to receive the lowest copays, with many drugs costing as low as $0. No longer must you head to chain stores for the best deal on your prescriptions. Now you can come to the locally owned pharmacy, where it's always been about you and your health. And if you're a customer who had to leave my store against your choice, then I'm happy to say, welcome back to the same great service and care that you remember. For everybody else, come see what the Medicine Stop difference is about. Welcome back to the Medicine Stop, 1529 7th Avenue in Beaver Falls. At the Medicine Stop, we keep you going.
It all started 70 years ago with the unmistakable voice of Chuck Wilson as WBVP went on the air as Beaver County's first radio station.
351. There's the shot from way on the outside. Drive by Bill Hickey, and the ball game ends. Aliquippa wins the state championship, 63-51, for the first time in the history of the school. And there'll be jubilation in Aliquippa tonight, just as there's jubilation down here on the court in front of our Jones & Loughlin broadcasting booth tonight here at Mammoth Convention Hall in Philadelphia, where Sam Milanovich took his team through their 29th straight undefeated basketball game for the first time in the history of the school.
Every Thursday, enjoy another 70th anniversary moment aired on WBVP and WMBA and also published on the station's online feeds. The 70th anniversary moment series is presented in part by Lockwood Insurance Agency, Albert's Heating, Cooling and Plumbing, the Medicine Stop Pharmacy, the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, and the radio stations that changed the course of history 7 decades ago, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
WBVP, WMBA.
I'm back. I know lots of you do listen when you're on the road, in your car. And so I do want to remind you again about beavercountyradio.com and WBVP WMBA on Facebook. All this stuff will be on there at the end of the show, so you can check it out. Don't forget, we're not going to be here tomorrow. Tomorrow's the Pirates. Tonight there's Blackhawk versus Beaver girls basketball. Airtime 5:30, and that game starts at 6. And then Lincoln Park after that will be playing Aliquippa. These are boys. And both these games are going to be at Geneva. 8 o'clock is when that one will start. Oh, that's not today. That's over. Oh, sorry, folks. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Today is Quaker Valley versus Indiana. Boys at Fox Chapel. 5:30 airtime. Game is at 6. Sorry about completely ignore the first things I told you. And tomorrow, the Blue Jays are playing the Pirates at 1 o'clock, and the WPIAL championship game is at 8:30. I don't think we know who's playing that yet because they're still playing the playoffs. Oh, boy. It's just never a good thing when I'm trying to talk anything sports. Monday, February 26th. This was a few days ago. A caller from Economy Borough called, and he has 3 4x8 sheets of plywood, a half-inch thick. $15 for all 3. And then he's got some bundles of shingles. I know those are heavy. I can't lift one of them. 5 to 6 bundles of shingles. They're brand new, brown color. Make him an offer on those. 724-622-8536. Bruce from South Beaver called. He has a wheel horse tractor with a snowplow and mower deck, chains, and wheel weights. That's all included. $800 for that. And he's got a furnace, blower, and motor, 120 volts, $45. And a Simplicity brand snow plow that clears a 42-inch path. It can be adapted to your garden tractor if you're the kind of guy who can figure out how to adapt things like that to your garden tractor. It works great, $100. Phone number 724-846-9975. And a caller from Beaver has a brand new electric lawnmower. It's a 24-inch cut made of fiberglass, so you know it's very light, and also no gas. You don't have to go buy gas. You don't have to store gas. It has a switch that you hold on. It's very easy to hold on to. And if you let go of it, it automatically shuts it off, so there's no danger. It has a chute that you can put up or down for mulching. And along with this electric lawnmower, you get a very heavy-duty extension cord. I mean, those are expensive. I know that. Gosh, I was just in Ollie's this morning, and you know, they're not cheap there because those heavy-duty ones are good penny. $75 for the whole thing. And he's got a barbecue grill that he bought last fall. They're moving and won't be needing it. Well, we had someone list something like this today, too. The lady from East Palestine. Anyhow, he bought this last fall, won't be needing it. It also includes the cover and a brand new tank. Asking $100 for that. 724-770-0762. Oh, that number sounds familiar. Is that the same? It sounded like she was with her husband, though, so... I'm looking. Nope, totally different. There's definitely zeros and sevens in the number, but, okay. I'm back at it. Monday. February 26th, the caller from Aliquippa has a 1984 Buick Riviera. It needs minor mechanical work. Call for details and make him an offer. He also has a 1981 Chevy 1-ton dump truck that runs. Make him an offer. Make it a reasonable offer, though. He's not going to give it to you. But he will give you an oil furnace tank. If you have heating oil for your furnace and you need another tank, this one's free. Call 724-775-2047. And our friend from Chippewa called. She's got some WeatherGuard WeatherTech floor mats for a 2017 Ford Explorer. They are brand new in the box. Those are those custom-made ones, you know. They're for the first and second bench seats. They cost $180 new. She's asking $100. 724-843 82759. And Linda from Big Beaver called. She's looking to buy a slate pool table. So if you have one, I'm going to give her phone number in just a minute. And she has for sale a 2001 Yamaha V-Star 1100 motorcycle with 45,000 miles on it. She even has an extra seat with it. She's asking $1,300. Here's that phone number. If you have a pool table you want to sell, or if you want to buy a motorcycle, call 724-630-5937. And a caller from the Conway area has free kindling for fire starting and firewood. They're asking $20 for about half a truckload or a full trunk load. They also have 2 Buick Electra hubcaps, asking $10 for both of those. Here's the phone number, 724-869-8169. And a caller from Ambridge has an electric wheelchair with a rechargeable battery. It's for a regular size to a pretty large individual. So that would be like it would work for Pat or Frank, either one. $425. Frank just walked in. Anytime he walks in the studio, I have to say something to make him just shake his head. Here's that phone number. 412-596-1744.
No opinions, no interruptions, just news and facts for an hour straight. It's Pat Septak with the Noonday Report every day from noon till 1 on 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA.
Do you experience any of the following symptoms? Dry eyes, crustiness of the lids, itching, lids stuck together in the morning. You may suffer from a condition called blepharitis. Blepharitis can affect how your eyes feel as well as your vision. At Complete Family Vision Care, they offer new revolutionary treatment for blepharitis. Schedule your exam at Complete Family Vision Care to see if you are a candidate for this treatment. It only takes a few minutes. That's Complete Family Vision Care. More doctors, more hours, and more locations. Or online at myvisioncare.com.
Need money for a new home and don't know where to start? Well, if you're in Beaver County, Farmers Building and Savings Bank in Rochester should be your #1 choice. Farmers Building, your hometown team, has been making mortgage loans in Beaver County for more than 120 years. These lifetime